Hi guys, it's me, Abster, none other. I, I'm going through a lot in my life right now, and I think I made a huge mistake by coming on here and telling the general audience that, when I should have just privately got the information of those that I love and care about on here and just told them personally. I'm not bipolar. I've been checked a million times. When somebody is lying through their teeth about different things and bringing up so many scenarios that are so irrelevant and have nothing to do with anything, they're just bringing it up to lie, to make a bunch of trolls believe you. Because if you notice in Anderson's stream, he said that he's doing a live stream right now that I've been so supportive of his live streams. He's asked me several times to come to them. Anderson, without me, you wouldn't have even come back to this website. Remember how I had to beg you for months to come back whenever we were talking on Facebook? Primarily and occasionally on the phone. I never claimed to talk to you every single day, dude. I don't know why you're even bringing that stuff up. No, wait, I do know why. It's because you're hurting and you want to project your hurt onto me. You want me to hurt the way you hurt. So that's why you're making fun of my dead husband for putting a security system. This guy is in here. I went on his panel for the first time today, and he's telling me I'm hogging all the attention when he's asked me to come on panel, and so has Liz and Noodles, both, plenty of times, and I have never went. I'm only doing this stream, Street. Please just, hey, honey, I'm so sorry you had to witness that, but that's the true Anderson when he's abusive. I can tell he's under the influence of something. I think it's marijuana, because he's been a marijuana smoker, which I don't care, but it makes him mean. I told you guys that in my last a couple streams ago, that growing up, I had to deal with this abuse that he's showing me. Street, you know, and you can vouch for me, since Anderson don't want to believe the truth that comes out of my mouth, and there's a bunch of sock accounts in there, a bunch of nobodies. To me, those are nobodies. I'm not reading what they have to say, the majority of it. I don't care what they have to say. Hell, in a week or two, Anderson will have his account closed. So, he has a bunch of nobodies in his stream, a bunch of fake trolls. There's not a single person in there besides Yvonne, I want to punch you, and you. And you both like me. So, and I adore you, Street. You've always been a sweetheart. I wanted to get, I don't know if you did a video or a live this morning, but I'm sorry I couldn't get to it. So, my car ran out of gas. I ended up vomiting. I come over to Anderson's stream, Street. Are you still here, Street? Can you hear me? Okay, honey. So you know, Street, that Anderson has asked me before to come on panel. And Liz has. And I wouldn't do it. And he's asked me before to support him in his streams. And even if he didn't ask me, I'm there because I care for him, you know. And Street, it's always happy. Other than today, isn't it always happy? Don't we always get along? We always get along, Street. Whenever Anderson does his streams, before today, I always looked forward to going in there. Me and him and Noodles and you and lots of others would have just a grand old time. But yet when I come on panel, he decides to show his, what do you call that? He wants to show off and make himself look like a big Billy Badass at the expense of really one of the only people besides Liz that gives two fucks whether that guy lives or dies. Nobody, or his mother, besides his mother and me and Liz, nobody else cares about him. Nobody. Literally. He says that I get no views, that I get no comments. He knows that's a lie. I come in there, Street, to have a good time with all the stress that I've been enduring And all these clones that have convinced me that they were Noodles and stuff, and all the fighting and all the streams I've already done, where I was hurt thinking it was really him when it was a clone and stuff, and vice versa, he was having clones of me, which he admitted to, and Anderson wouldn't believe me until Noodles told him that it was the truth. When I came in, Noodles told me I didn't know what was going on. I was just being bashed. As soon as I got in there, Anderson was bashing me. And he kept bringing up a dick video that he forgave me for. Or he said he did. Bringing up my dead husband. Bringing up Marcus, saying he knows my ex for 5 years. My ex hates his guts. I have asked Marcus to talk to him and get to know him because he's a good childhood friend. I've known him since I was a kid. And my ex Marcus said, fuck no, I don't want to talk to him because he won't work. Marcus doesn't respect any men that won't work, especially as hard as he works, since you seem to know his schedule and everything. You got that wrong too. Not that it's any of your business, Anderson, but he only works 6 days a week for 12 hours a day. Sometimes he works 14 hours a day, but he doesn't get, that's if his boss asked him to, and that has nothing to do with me. So I don't know, and that has nothing to do with you. He doesn't like you. Marcus hates you because I don't know if he hates you, but he definitely has no respect for you as a man, because Marcus doesn't believe in living with your mom until you're, almost 30 years old before you finally move out. And still yet, you go to her house all the time. You eat her food, but you really don't spend time with her. She works. You've told me before, Anderson growing up Anderson has told me before that, the poor, and I'm not saying this to bash him, I'm saying this because this is how pitiful and sad I feel for him. He's told me that the poor thing has told me before that he fucking he didn't want to go downstairs and get food. He would not eat until his mother left for work. And if he got hungry when she was there, sometimes he would starve himself and not even eat until she left for work the next day. Stuff like that. Anderson has said, and Linda and Noodles both can attest to this. Me and Linda were talking this morning about it. She said, Abby, I have seen Anderson Henderson on a live stream say that you saved his life, that you know him better than he knows himself, and that's true. The Anderson Henderson that these trolls are seeing, and it's not the real him. It's the evil him. It's the abusive him. It's the... I hope to God he's under the influence of marijuana, because I can tell that he's under the influence of something, and usually it's marijuana that makes him really mean. And I told him that, Street. I said, listen, I screamed it at him at first, not because I'm bipolar, because I'm not, but because he wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise. I was immediately attacked. And he claims it's because he saw a stream I did 2 weeks ago where I was talking shit about him. That's a lie. He doesn't take that long to catch up on my stream. The guy watches my channel. And he just wanted to project his hurt onto me. He wants me to hurt the way he's hurting. And I'll tell you right now, the way Anderson shows love is a sick, fucked up way. And this comes from Nat Anderson, Natalie, not from me. He hurts the people that he loves the most. When he's hurting, he will abuse the people that he loves the most. He won't abuse his male friends unless he really truly loves them. Now, he's already told me he don't give 2 fucks about Noodles. So I know that he's never going to project on the Noodles, because he doesn't like Noodles. He uses him. See, I genuinely love Noodles as my friend. I care for him. I wanted to get up there and have fun like we normally do. But Anderson would rather project his hurt onto me, somebody he truly loves, as a friend, as a sister. And I'm tired of you acting like we weren't close. Why the hell are you telling people over and over before, not over and over, but many times, Abby knows me better than anybody. She knows me better than I know myself. She saved my life. Anderson, you know I was stupid enough and hurt enough to come on here and tell people about what's going on in my life right now. Marcus does not pay for everything. That's a lie. I do code. I didn't I show you the website I built? No, I wanted to, but then the HIPAA thing. I did make the mistake of showing him a website I built though before I knew I wasn't supposed to. And at this point, I've told some people that I don't even know how to code because all they do is sit and call me a liar about it. It took me years to learn that. Years. Okay? I'm not bipolar for trying to come in and scream to try to get a word in edgewise to somebody that I know. Trust me, I know him better than he knows himself. And I'm not bipolar for doing that and then coming back up on panel, rudely getting kicked out whenever he's asked me to come a million times. Not a million times, but you know what I mean, guys. Because he's taking everything I say literally and using it against me. So he'll say, oh, next thing you know, he'll be saying, oh, you fucking ugly lying bitch. I never asked you a million times to do anything. So he's asked me a few times, being maybe 3, to come up on panel. And then Liz has asked me once or twice. And Linda and Noodles both have asked me at least once. So I got to get my facts real straight, or else he's apparently going to use it against me whenever he's hurting. And trust me, he's miserable. He's always been miserable. He's always going to be miserable because he doesn't love himself. He's looking for a woman, whether it be, his first love, who groomed him and rejected him after, he got out of his mama's house at age 28 or 29 and finally got his own apartment and started to be a man even though he lives off of welfare. And then he wanted to be with Natalie and she didn't want him. So what did he do? He threatened to kill himself. Anderson has threatened to kill himself a million times, literally. And if you don't believe me, ask his girlfriend Liz. And I'd never threatened to kill myself, okay? Before today, I haven't thought about suicide in years, much less threaten it. So that should tell you guys I'm not in a good place. And yes, I'm going to get help. Because you know what? All these trolls, whatever they're saying means nothing to me. But when it comes from people like, if it were to come from somebody like you, Street, it would hurt me. It hurts me whenever it comes from people that I care for and that I know are only doing it to try to make me hurt and bring me down to their level. Listen, Anderson is a kid at heart. He has no life experience. I know him better than he knows himself. Every single time I've been in that stream before tonight, he has welcomed me with open arms, and Liz has been pretty nice, and I've been nice to her for the most part. And we've all had a grand old time. And I come in there today and finally honor his wish of going on panel like he wanted, which I didn't want to do, but I felt obligated to do since I just walked in the fucking place after, getting back from putting the gas in my car whenever it ran out here, halfway parked in the street. And it was so hot that I ended up vomiting. I ended up having to miss dialysis. I don't need all this extra stress. But what does he do? This is a good example, guys, of the severe abuse that I've endured from him for 10 years or more. I know he's only doing it and he's saying these things because he's deeply hurting and he's miserable, and because he has been since I've known him. But his own father died, okay, by suicide. Took his life. So he should not be not taking my threats when I say I feel suicidal lightly. He shouldn't be laughing. He should be blocking every troll in there that laughed about, if any of them did, I wasn't really reading it, that laughed about me being suicidal and contemplating it, because he should not want to entertain any no-name random faceless person, or any person period, that laughs at suicide and mocks somebody that they don't know. These people are saying they know me. I don't recognize half their usernames. I didn't recognize any of the usernames. They don't have a channel. They don't make content. They've never even been in this chat. They don't know me at all. All they're wanting is to see Anderson continue to chew me out. And they think they know me. And they think they know him, when really all they know is the actor that he plays on YouTube. I know the real him, and he knows I do. So when I come in to a chat hoping to finally, after all the shit I've been through today alone, get some peace, thinking, oh, I'm going to be able to talk to my friend. I might go on panel. It's going to be fun, because it's been fun every day before today. We've all had a grand old time for months now. And for him to fucking I don't know what was being said, or I don't know what was done. I'm not going to go back and watch it either. In fact, I'm done. Done. I need to unsub that channel and never go back to him again, because I know he's hurt, but he went way over the line. And he's done it 1,000,000 times, guys. You know why he doesn't give a fuck about what he says to me in public, in front of all these nobodies that don't know him at all, don't know me, and believe his lies? And he doesn't care. You know why? No, you don't, but I do. It's because he can get away with it. Because I've let him treat me like that since I've known him. Since I first met him, he's not changed a bit. Carlos, and you know this, Carlos has been a witness to some of this abuse. I got a lot of accounts blocked. Stony Jenkins, hey, how are you, sweetheart? I've seen you around. You're the gentleman with the dreads in your profile picture, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I use Streamlabs, Stony, so I know you're probably thinking, oh, can't she see my profile picture? No, I can't, because I'm on an iPhone, and it only shows me your name on Streamlabs until after I close the stream and go back and watch it on YouTube. Then I can see your profile picture and stuff. But thank you for coming. So, like I say, I'm not bipolar. I've been checked many times. I actually do get help, which is more than I can say for half of these people that need it a lot more than me. But, I know him better than he knows himself, Carlos. You know this. Carlos has watched us for 10 years. And I know he's really hurting, because Anderson Henderson, a.k.a. Haven, he has always, as long as I've known him, when he's hurting, he takes it out on people he loves the most. I'm not the only one he's ever done it to. Okay? And when he is in there lying to you, lying through his teeth, bringing up crazy, irrelevant things just to try to get under my skin and hurt me because he's hurting, I've allowed him to do that for so long that he's never going to respect me, and he's never going to stop. When you allow somebody to treat you like trash and garbage, and you let them do it because you love them and you see that they're hurting and you care for them, that's a real true friend right there. And I mean, they're going to bury me 6 feet in the ground or cremate me, and only then might he realize just how much I did love him and care for him as a friend. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've never lied. Never. Ever. But Anderson Henderson has been caught in so many lies. By Liz, by me. He said the other day on a live stream, I loved Carrie, but I lied to that bitch so much. I lied to her so much, I couldn't even keep my story straight. He said something. He said those words exactly. I lied to that bitch so much. So he's admitted to lying, guys, if you watch him. So let him have the trolls in his chat right now who are no-name nobodies, who don't know him, who don't watch him, who don't watch me on a regular basis, but who claim they know me, who I've never seen in my chat, not one time. I got to block a lot of people in there, and I don't block. So, but I'm going to block somebody that's laughing at me for being suicidal. That's not cool. That's not something I have threatened or thought about in years before today. And Anderson has said many times, Stoney, since you're new, he said many times on film, and Noodles can attest to it, and so can Linda, but I'm not asking them to because I know they don't want to get involved in that drama, or else they would stand up for me. But it's neither here nor there. I don't expect them to. I still love and respect them both very much. So, but he has said many times, Abby knows me better than I know myself. She knows me better than anyone. I've known her for a long time. We have an unspoken, unbreakable bond. And that's true. But because I've allowed him to treat me the way you've seen that he's treating me today, just because he's hurting, and out of everybody in that room, I'm the one he loves the most, or else he would be targeting somebody else, because that's how he shows his hurt when he's hurt. And he may not realize it, but after me experiencing the same behavior from him for 10 years, it's obvious, Anderson, that you're hurting. And you should let somebody like me who knows you better than you know yourself, bro. I mean, I went out of my way to freaking try and help you and be there for you. And you have done nothing. You've never been there for me. Not through the kidney failure, when my husband died, who you kept bringing up over and over and over and over. All you did was call him a pedophile and tell me that I killed him and everything else. And tonight, Anderson's bringing up the most trivial shit that has, and to quote his words, fuck all to do with with anything. But he decided to target me. And I hope you feel good, Anderson. I hope you feel real good tonight when you lay your head down on your mattress, unless you bought yourself a bed. Milton called my work just now. He said you were online saying I punched you in the fistula. Oh my God. Thanks, Milton John. I just got a message. I just got a message from Marcus on Messenger. And he knows Milton John's voice because he's talked to Milton John. See, that's another thing that bothers Anderson Henderson. Marcus won't give Anderson the time of day because he doesn't respect a man that won't work and who lived with his mother most of his life and has an apartment but doesn't pay for it. Is physically capable of working but won't. Marcus doesn't respect that. I've never not told Anderson or never told Marcus that he shouldn't talk to Anderson. In fact, I've encouraged Marcus to talk to Anderson since him and I are so close. And I don't care what he says to you. We are close friends. Whenever Anderson wanted to be with me, and I didn't want to be with him, he wanted to be with me. That's why he kept saying, it takes a drastic act of love. You need to prove that to me for me to be with you. Well, you know what, Anderson? I think all my years of literal service to you as your punching bag, and Milton John's watching, somebody that I'm in love with who you just can't stand, you're calling him your worst enemy, somebody that I was in love with, I mean. For Marcus to give him the time of day and not give you the time of day or have any desire to when I pushed him to or asked him to, makes him seethe. It makes him seethe and foam out the mouth, metaphorically, guys. Then when I see, I don't know what Marcus just said. I'm not on, maybe you should maybe stop speaking on a man who is financially supporting you or showing his drugs on a live stream. Carrie, please, I don't need you to even be in my chat right now. Please. I respect your opinion, but I don't fucking want it. I've done nothing to you, lady. I care for you, Carrie. I apologize for anything I've done to upset you. I texted you and let you know. Didn't hear from you. I'm sorry if you're still upset. But he's not fully financially supporting me. So you, along with those other trolls, I guess, are believing what he says. When I'm telling you out of my own mouth, I lived my life with Marcus in it. It doesn't mean he's supporting me. He has helped me in the past, but he does not financially support me full time. And I show him a ton of respect. A ton of it. He knows better than to have marijuana in this house. That's why I showed it and got angry. He knows better. It is illegal. I hate marijuana. He's already a felon. I'm trying to look out for his well-being. If he gets busted with pot in Idaho being a felon, he's going to go to jail, and there's nothing I can do. And I don't want to see that. I have reasons for doing things. Carrie is saying, do you want to play a game? Let's start telling the truth. Carrie, I haven't done nothing to you, sweetheart. Oh, you said he did in your long live stream. I said he did. You could get him jailed and both of you guys evicted. Well, Carrie, what does that have to do with you, sweetheart? Yeah, when I want to look out for a boyfriend, I show his stat. He's not my boyfriend, sweetheart. He's my ex. Okay? He's my ex. I love Marcus as my friend. Nothing more. Then stop lying to people, please, and go to dials. Don't call me a fucking liar, Carrie. Okay, I already got that fucking Anderson saying 1,000,001 lies like, oh, Paul Savang put a security system in the apartment because Abby would sneak out and smoke meth. That's the furthest thing from the truth. He worked a graveyard shift and he didn't want me to fucking get, he didn't want anybody to see him leave late at night because we lived in an apartment complex that was very well lit, and then somebody come up and rape and kill me. So all these lies he's told, I have no reason to lie. I really don't want to fight with Carrie. I am pleading with her right now. Carrie, if you're hurt and you're doing the same, honey, you're doing the same thing. I feel as though you are just like Anderson in the sense that you are projecting your personal hurt onto people that you love. And Carrie, I love you. And I'm here for you. And I'm sorry I disappointed you again, okay? And didn't go. I'm sorry. I was so hurt over that fake Noodles clone, thinking that was the real Noodles, because like you know this, Carrie, on Streamlabs it only shows me the freaking username. It doesn't show me the picture or if a person has a wrench or anything. And I'm already in a bad, vulnerable position right now. And I did not say Marcus punched my fistula. He has smacked it hard several times when he would tell me to get away from him. And I asked him, and he's trying, Anderson's trying to say, oh, you can't, why can't you get a man? That's the first question he asked me when I went into his stream tonight. Whenever, well, I sure as fuck don't want you. It eats him alive. And he kept mentioning Melton John. It eats him alive that I left him for Melton John. I remember poor old Liz on film saying, Anderson, you were having nightmares thinking that I was going to leave you for Melton John. Anderson Henderson has had nightmares over Liz imagining that she was going to leave him for Milton John. Because I left him for Milton John, and whenever push came to shove and he was ready for a relationship, I didn't want a relationship. And the reason I didn't want a relationship is due to his abuse. And tonight is a great example of it. I have let him treat me like this for 10 years. I know you, sweet Carrie, he would never talk to you like that. Yeah, it wasn't him. He would never talk to you like that. No, you're right. It wasn't Anderson. That's the demon that I keep telling you and everybody else that watches me about. That's the abuse, the real, genuine abuse that I have endured over 10 years. And Anderson will never treat me with respect because of the fact that he's been able to get away with this kind of behavior for 10 years, Carrie. If you noticed, even though he kept kicking me, even though he's asked me to come on that panel before, Carrie, have you heard him say that? I bet you have. He's begged me to come on, not begged me, but he's asked me several times to come on his panel before. So the one day I decided to honor his wishes, I thought we were going to have a good time, like we normally do, and I get up there, and I should have known better, because as soon as I entered the room, my stomach dropped, Carrie. I felt like I needed to vomit again, and I started to feel worthless and suicidal, and I was being asked the most irrelevant, crazy questions, things like, why can't you get a man? Dude, why don't you call up Marcus and ask him what he told me a couple nights ago, how all of his friends that he's brought over or that I've met, or they all want to bang me. Dude, those are his words, not mine. So I must not be too ugly. I've asked Marcus himself, are you not into it because I'm ugly? And he said, no, you're not ugly. You're beautiful. That's not it at all. He works all the time. Him and I are exes. We've grown apart. We have a friendship and a strong, loving... I love him. He doesn't love me. He loves me as a friend. Yeah, he does. Because no man is going to help a woman at all that he doesn't give two fucks about. He's going to run for the hills. Marcus knows I'm a good woman. He knows that. Or else he wouldn't be with me since 2014. Now, Anderson had his shot. And I've told Carrie this. He's had his shot to be with me whenever he wanted babies with me, whenever he wanted. And I have proof of this. And if he wants to, I'll show him the proof personally. But I will not, no matter what he ever says to me, no matter what you ever say to me, Carrie, no matter what anybody on God's green earth ever says to me, and no matter how mad I get, or how hurt I feel, I will never, as long as I'm alive and able to take a breath in and out and exhale it out, I will never, ever, listen to me, I will never show another screenshot, video, or private message to anyone to any private conversation. I'll never read one. I'll never, ever do anything like that and show it to anybody here on YouTube or any other website ever again. Ever. Because that is something that he has done to me so many times, and he didn't want his little troll audience to hear it. That's why he kept over talking me. He has done it to me 1,000,000 times, literally. And if Anderson wants, he can give me his email address or whatever, because I don't talk to him outside of YouTube out of respect for Milton John. End of. Because Milton John was right about him, since he's, watching me right now and calling Marcus's work as I'm doing this stream, according to Marcus on Messenger. And Marcus knows what Milton sounds like. I don't talk to Anderson privately out of respect for Milton, and because Milton was right. I have so much love and respect for Milton John, and I'm so sorry that I stalked him because I loved him and I couldn't get him out of my mind. I'm really sorry about that. But Melton, I don't do that anymore. You don't have to worry about that. I'll always love you, bud. And I would love to be your friend. But I understand that you don't feel romantic toward me. And I will never, ever, ever push you to be that way, because you can't force somebody to love you. But Melton John, you're right about Anderson. You're right that he's a piece of shit that treats everybody, especially people like me. You've seen it over the years. Melton John watches, just like I've told all of you. He's always, whenever you were telling me, where's he at, I told you every time that anybody would ask me that, I would tell you Melton is still here. He watches. I've known the guy for 10 years. I've watched him for 10 years. I just couldn't talk to him because of Anderson. Anderson would attack him, would attack me, would threaten to do things, show conversations, things like that. I never could get close to Melton like I wanted to, even when I was young and healthy. And I'm still very young. But anyway, besides the point, Melton was correct when he told me almost 2 years ago now, that I should stop talking to Anderson, that he's a piece of shit, and that he doesn't deserve to even get the time of day from me. Melton is correct. But because of how I know Anderson so well, and I know how he operates, and I know that boy is miserable, and I know that he is always, as long as I've known him, he has tried to find his solace and his peace in the form of another human being instead of Jesus Christ. He's tried to fill that void and hole in his heart with women and love from women. No woman will ever be able to save him. A woman is supposed to be a man's partner in life, not his saving grace. Only Jesus can fill that void, Anderson, and you know it. And until you get serious about a relationship with Christ, and I'm not judging you, brother, until you're going to be miserable, and you're going to take it out on people that you love the most, and you're going to regret it as you get older. You haven't changed a bit. And you're going to stand before God. So, and I really don't appreciate being called bipolar just because I come in a room, I'm being attacked when I don't normally get attacked in that room. And then I go on panel thinking everything's going to be cool. And I continue to get talked over and screamed at. And the most irrelevant, stupid lies are brought up. If you're going to tell something, and I'm telling you, Anderson, that's a lie, that's not correct, and it's something crazy and off the wall, like the shit he was trying to mention, I didn't even hear half of it. But the things I did hear, I was thinking to myself, dude, here I am on panel. You're lucky to have me on panel. And even Noodles told me on the phone today, boy, Abby, you get me the views. I was so honored to hear that. And I definitely will be going on Brother Noodles' panel. Hold on, Carrie, babe. Hold on. Hey, Voodoo, what's up, Voodoo Ninja? My man, what's up? And I mean that as a friend. My boy, what's up? Voodoo Ninja, what's up, bro? Man, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. How are you doing, dude? I hope you're doing good. What's my little Carrie saying? He said, hey, Abby with the kissy face. How sweet. Stoney's still here. I know, Stoney. That's how I feel, sweetheart. Imagine how I feel. I don't want to be on here right now explaining myself. I don't know why I'm doing it. Thank you, Carrie. She said she had to go, that she's had a bad day. Jesus, yes. Good man, good man. Who's a good man? Stoney. Who you referring to? I'm almost done. I have to reiterate some of this stuff for Anderson to get it through his head. But guys, I might as well be talking to a brick wall, because when you allow somebody to disrespect you for so long, so many times, they're never going to respect you. And as I get older, I'm learning how to handle Anderson differently. And I showed a good example of that today. When I came in there and I was being attacked and I started screaming, not because I'm fucking bipolar, I'm not, but because I was trying to tell him the truth about all these things, all these irrelevant things he was bringing up. My husband died in 2013, and he's concerned, Stoney, about And he's bringing up, he's asking me why my husband installed a security system on our apartment. What? And the man's been dead since 2013. That's fucking 7 years. Absolutely insane. So instead of letting me tell him, Anderson, that's a lie, here's why, it's coming straight from my mouth, here is, the truth, he didn't want to hear that, because he knows he's lying. He's just doing it to hurt me, because he's hurting. I'm telling you guys, don't troll him. Don't troll him. He never keeps an account anyway. He's always deleted them. He's jealous of the fact that I have any success on here, any friends. That's why he's bringing up my views and I got 19 of you in here right now, and this is like the 5th time I've went live. I carry a great audience. It's not just a bunch of trolls. It's genuine people that I care about, and he can't stand that. He can't stand for you to be happy and doing better than him. I'm not like that. I'm not evil and vindictive. I want him to have happiness too. But he's never going to find it in the form of a woman. If he can't love himself, how is he going to love a child and a wife? Especially somebody like Liz that needs special love. And whenever he can't even have a, I don't know what's come over him today. But yes, I do know. He's hurt and he's projecting it onto me, and that's the last time I'm going to say it. The only other thing I want to say regarding him is that when I came back in that room before he kept kicking me out, and I won't come back. After today, I'm going to have to start teaching him that you can't treat somebody you love and that loves you as a friend, and he knows damn well that he loves me and we have a strong bond. He said it 1,000,000 times. Or 2 or 3 times, or 4 or 5 times, or what the fuck ever. Sorry, I don't keep a log. Next thing you know, he's going to be like, she's a goddamn liar, that stupid, ugly, fat, dumb cunt. Dude, I look better than Liz on my worst day. So, unless you want me to attack her, which I have every right to do because she's attacked me, but I don't want to attack a kid which she's not a fucking kid, more than that fat whore deserves. I don't want to have to attack that bitch because I'll tear her ass apart. And he knows it. And I'll tear your fucking ass apart too, Anderson. You think that's why you're saying, oh, I'm scared of her. Because you know what I could do to you. You've said that woman could ruin me. And you were referring to yours truly, folks. Here, me. The Abby. But I'm not going to do that because I learned my lesson. I lost what could have been. I lost the man I fell in, the only other man I've ever been in love with besides, I lost him because I told a snippet or showed a snippet of a conversation, a private conversation him and I had. I lost his trust and I lost him in the process. And I went about trying to get him back the wrong way. And now I've lost him forever in that sense. And that's fine because, I'm not going to force anybody. I can get a man. But I don't just want a man. It's very hard for me to fall in love. So when I do, I fall hard and I'm loyal. And Anderson knows this. So no, I'm not going to dox you. I'm not going to show more of your videos or pictures. And I don't know why you even asked Ram Hat, the only man I've ever showed mine down there to. Ever. Which has nothing to do with you. I don't know how or why you'd even be discussing me sexually with him. I mean, he turned out to be gay anyway, but that's cool. I like gay men. I like bi men. I don't know why, but it's always what I've been attracted to. I don't give a fuck if somebody's purple. If I love them, I love them. And I don't treat them like shit when I'm hurting. I go to them. I look for support. And yes, I did say Anderson would be the main person I'd go to right now because he's the only person I have in my life that I have the strongest bond with that's a friend. The only other people I have are, people that I know in real life, which I don't want to involve them, and my mother and father, who I talk to every single day, who I've talked to today. I put them on a 3-way. because my mom's in that rehabilitation center, learning to walk and move again after she had a massive stroke that most people die from. So I have so much fucking, and I'm paying for a portion of that. I'm paying for it. I've said that before. And I swear on her life that's true. I don't swear on anybody's life unless it's true. And I don't swear to God either unless it's true. Anyway, he knows that. Anderson knows that. And so does the people that really know me, that have watched my videos from the jump. Now, Anderson, I want to make it very clear to you. I'm going to go back to that channel to unsub it, because you really hurt me tonight. I'm not in love with you, dude. And the one time that I wanted to be with you, you didn't want to be, you wanted to be with me, and you dated me, and then broke up with me because you staged a fight on purpose. And then I said, you know what, Anderson, I'm done. I found a guy that I'm going to ask out, and I could pull any man. But I liked Marcus. And I still love Marcus, but I'm not in love with him. He's my ex. So you don't need to be so jealous of Mark. And you need to stop being jealous of Elton John and Mark. And not give a fuck if who he talks to. I gave you Marcus's number. If you want to go back and call his... Now, that's his work. So, but he ain't going to want to talk to you, dude. Because if he did, he would have done it the times I've asked him to. He does not want to be bothered at his work. So stop calling him there, John. Because he takes that shit out on me. I'm gonna have to hear his big mouth now because you called him, John. Fucking message him on Facebook, Jonathan, if you need to talk to him. Don't call his work. You're 1 year older than him, Jonathan. Jane Grandy, I'm speaking to you and I know you're listening. This is fucked up that you just called my ex's work while I'm doing this live stream. Hello, Penny, sweetheart. I don't need your help with that video after all, Penny, but I appreciate it, baby boy, because you know what, Penny? Stoney Jenkins, meet Pennywise. He's a real OG. He's somebody that I've known forever. He's been in this YouTube game longer than I have. I mean, he's cool. Sub up his channel. And even if you hate me, you'll love Penny. He's great. Anyway, thank you, Penny, for responding to me promptly. But I don't need help now because I realized that wasn't really Noodles. I gave him a call and spoke to him like an adult would do. And he said that wasn't him. That was a clone. And I tried to tell Anderson that, and he kept over-talking me. But when I came back in his room, and I wasn't screaming, because I know that's not the way to handle things, that wasn't helping at all. And I could feel his hurt. I could see his hurt all over his face. I calmly started talking to him. Did you notice his demeanor went from evil to a little less evil? And I meant everything I said to you, Anderson. I'll be here for you if you reach out to me. But you know what, honey? I cannot allow you, as vulnerable as I am right now, with the abuse and all this other shit I'm going through, trying to keep my friends without people like you and random trolls pretending to be them and cussing me and fussing at me and fucking taking advantage of my hurt and my vulnerability at this time. And trying to cause a rift between me and people I love, like Noodles and Linda and Carrie. That ain't gonna fly. I'm gonna call them personally, and if I have any problems, I'll never ever believe anything any of you people say. Like, I trust very few people, and you guys are seeing why. You will not cause a rift between me or Noodles or Linda or Carrie, or anybody I love. And yes, I will continue to build strong, powerful, lifelong bonds with those people. Yes, I will. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. There's nothing you can do. And for those of you who are listening right now, who I love, but who I went about showing it to the wrong, who I went about showing the wrong way, went about showing it the wrong way, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if you ever felt betrayed. And I'm sorry, but don't believe Anderson. You know he's a liar. You've watched me for 10 years. Those of you listening, lurking, but not speaking. You've watched me for 10 years. You know the kind of guy Anderson is. You know how he lies through his teeth, especially when he's hurting. And I came back in, and he lied again. He kicked me out again, saying I was a black penis when it was me. He knows it wasn't no black penis. He lied. Unless there's just no way. Because as soon as he said that, he kicked me again. So as soon as I went in there calm, cool, and collected, it's not because I'm fucking bipolar. It's because I know he's only doing that to hurt me. Because he's hurting and he wants me to hurt. But it didn't work. I'm happy. I'm over the fucking moon right now, actually, for a specific reason that I don't want to say, because I know Anderson's probably going to attack it, and I don't want him to attack this man that I love so much. And he knows who he is, and it ain't Anderson. I love Anderson in a different kind of way. I'm not in love with Anderson. And Anderson in 2018, 2009, no, late 2019, late 2018, December, on into March to August of 2019, you wanted to be with me. You begged me to have your children, told me you loved me, said those sweet, loving words that I used to live for, that mean that are sweet and everything, but don't mean nothing to me now because I'm not in love with you. But when they did mean something to me, and I took all your abuse because I knew that eventually you'd calm down and you'd say those sweet, loving words to me. And then you wanted me to come stay in the apartment. You gave me excuse after excuse. Oh, I didn't want to be with you when you wanted to be with me because I didn't want... The truth is, I didn't want you to think I was a loser because I couldn't... I mean, what were you going to do, Abby? Live with my mom and I? I was a loser and I had no place. Anderson, you should know by the man that I'm currently in love with that I don't give two fucks if you lived with your mom. I don't give two fucks about your finances. And I have never, and you need to rectify that, because before yesterday, I've never asked for any money from any of my subs. And I've been here since 2008. Okay? Didn't know you then. Maybe a little bit we were talking, but very, 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 I mean, that was so long ago. I think I maybe had 2 or 3 conversations with you, because I remember talking to you in North Carolina. And I moved up here in Coeur d'Alene in June of 2010. So, we have known each other longer than 10 years. But to save me the fucking breath of having to constantly hear you yap about, oh no, that was Natalie, that wasn't you. Well, dumbass, you knew her too. But I'm not stupid, Anderson. And you know it. Because you've said it. I have video footage of you saying, Abby's intelligent. She may not look it when she talks, but I know her and she's extremely intelligent. Dude. And then here you are today calling me like vindictive and vicious and all that. Then why are you talking to me for 10 years? Why were you, I mean, not even 2 years ago, you were asking me to come to every single live stream. But then again, I kind of, I wanted to be there for you. I never felt obligated like I am right. I feel obligated right here to get on here and run myself blue, talk myself blue in the face because you have trashed me and run my name through the mud and said things that have fuck all to do with anything. Stuff you shouldn't be fucking focusing on. And if you are, at least tell the truth, but you're not telling the truth because those are things that I never talked to you about. Those are lies. And if I did mention stuff like that to you, it's been years and you misconstrued literally all of the details. Thinking Paul put it a security, telling me that I went out and smoked meth and was a meth head. Before I married Paul, and that's why he put a security system on the apartment at night. That's such a big lie. I swear to God on my mother's life, that's not true, and that's not why he did it. He did it because he didn't want me to fucking be raped and killed when he was at work all night. We lived in a well-lit complex. I'm a beautiful young woman. I'm sure people there were watching us. You never know what kind of lunatic is lurking but not talking. Hint, hint, wink, wink. And ready to hurt you. Because they don't agree with, your husband being older than you or whatever. So they want to come rape you or whatever. Or kill you. When he's gone to work and they learn his schedule. That's fucked up. That's what my husband was worried about. You wish. And Natalie used to tell me, you know what, Abby, I'd watch you and Paul, and I wish I could have that kind of love. Boy, Anderson, I'm going to sink this low right now, asshole, because you sunk so low today on me. You never could give the only woman you said you've ever truly, truly loved, your first love, you never could satisfy her or give her the life she wanted and deserved. Because you won't even work. You wouldn't even work a job for her. Relationships are about, and you were so young and physically able. She said she wanted the kind of relationship that me and Paul had. How's that make you feel? Like a failure? Like shit? I sure hope so. Because you already are miserable, and you're not bringing me down with you. I'm the last damn person you should want to hurt, asshole. Now, I said I was leaving and my fucking ass bounced. Don't expect me to come back. When your fucking sorry piece of shit ass closes your account, don't ever address me. Ever again. Don't ever come in my live streams and let me know that you got a new account and that, blah, blah, blah. And don't come to me under that sock account that only you and I both know are you and speak to me ever again. Don't ever do that. Don't act all lovey-dovey under that sock account, and you know which one I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one that only you and I know is you because you made it, proved to me that it was you, and I promised you because you asked me to, and I did, and I still will keep that promise, but I promised you I'd never tell anybody that was you, and you visited me on it not even a week ago, telling me, oh, Abby, when you gonna show me them blank, blank? Come on, Anderson. And Liz wasn't in a psych ward at that point, dude. I would never beat the hell out of my younger sister. So you need to worry about your chick. Okay? And she's literally in a goddamn psych ward in a 5150 right now. She can't fucking leave on her own accord. So fuck you, dude. At least and you don't know Marcus, and you haven't known Marcus no 5 fucking years. You've never had a conversation with him. You liar. You fucking dog liar. And you're insulting the other dude I love. So you know what? You're fat whore. And don't you ever tell me I'm ugly, honey. Go look at Chad the Legend starring Abby Brooke on Vimeo and look at me in that feature film that his crazy fucking ass made. I've never stalked him. He wishes that I would. He's the one that's having fucking nightmares of Liz leaving him for Melton John because that's exactly what I did. Because wouldn't you? What woman is going to want to actually be with somebody that treats her that way for 10 years online in real life? Nobody. I would never trade my wonderful life here for that. And yes, it may be fucked up right now, but you know what? Nobody's life's perfect all the time. And you know what? I do get help mentally. I do see a shrink. I do see doctors. I just handed him $450 out of my pocket the other day. And if I feel suicidal, I don't need you guys to call welfare checks. If I want a welfare check and I feel like I'm actually going to kill myself, I will request one from you guys. I'll plead for one. Or I'll call one myself. Or I'll call an ambulance. I'm not going to commit suicide. I never said I was. I said I feel suicidal. And I just want to fucking be dead right now is what I said, because you made me feel that low today, Anderson. So mission accomplished. But you know what? It's really not, because you wanted me to be as miserable as you are, and as you have been since I've fucking known you and well before. You shouldn't be making fun of suicide when your own daddy, you know. Come on, bud. You gotta have some dignity. You don't have any dignity. That's your problem. You don't have no self-respect. That's why you don't respect me or anybody else you love. Cussing your mother. I don't want to ever hear you talk about Melton John talking shit to his mother. We've never heard him talk shit to his mother. Okay? If he was, but you, on the other hand, what have you told me about your mom? Oh, you told her at fucking, in your mid to late 20s, this was 2017, I was in North Carolina visiting when you said this. You said, I tell my mom, I say, why don't you get out of her house and get a job? And you're like, oh, because she had me, she birthed me, it's her responsibility to always take care of me. Those were his exact words. And don't you dare deny it, Anderson. And if you want proof, I'll send it to you privately. But I will never show any fucking screenshots or videos, and trust me, I got lots of them. And I'm going to try my hardest not to dox your sorry ass, because I love to dox. I don't love it, but I'll fucking do it. If I dox the man I was in love with, I'll fucking dox your sorry ass. You better just leave me alone, Anderson. After today, guys, I'm done. He says I'm mad at somebody every day. That's not the case. Ever since these people found out what's been going on in my life a little bit, they've misconstrued it all to hell, interpreted it, put words in my mouth, and treated me like garbage, other than a select few people. And those are those people are the only reason I get on here and explain myself to anybody. I'm not explaining myself to that fuck nothing Chad. You know what, Anderson? Your name is, you might as well start calling yourself Chad again, because that's what we all know you as. You're acting like old rhyme time, chime time, chatty boy. Alright, Chad? Go fuck yourself. You know what? When I got back from the fucking, from walking in 108 degree heat, with a lot of fluid on me, because I missed dialysis today and 2 days ago, and I gotta be there at 5:30 tomorrow morning. As soon as I couldn't even get the fucking, I spilled half of my gas because I couldn't get it to pour in there right, because I didn't have it screwed on right. And so I got my neighbor who lives, it doesn't matter where he lives, he's a beautiful man, my God. I might ask him out. He was real nice to me. He came out and he poured that gas in there, and my car still wouldn't fucking crank. Because he said it's because it's not on a flat surface. It needs to be on a flat surface. And boy, I got in that car, and he was so strong, and he pushed that car with the fucking emergency brake up. And I said, stop. I have to turn. Let's put the car in neutral and put the emergency brake on and then push it. And I steered, even though my fucking, he locked my wheel. And he was so strong, and he got my car on solid ground, flat ground. And then I was still burning slapped up, though, and I drove it back to the store, got my gas that I paid for, since everybody's so concerned about who's paying for what. And said, when half of you live at home with your parents, never worked a day in your life, definitely don't have 10 years of work experience under your belt like I do, and I'm only 28. Definitely don't know how to do something like HTML code. And Anderson, you've tested my knowledge of coding, and I have proven to you that I can do it. You even asked me to pay for our fucking wedding with it. And I said, I laughed, and you got so offended. Remember that? That wasn't even 2 years ago. That was about, now going on 2 years. It's about 2 years ago going on now. But not quite 2 years ago, bud. And I laughed. Because one, I had already left you. Two, you were making strings. You were like, quit tiptoeing around my question, Abby, and answer me. Will you marry me? Will you marry me? I'm sure Guaymito, G-Life, and Geg remember you asking me that all them times. before you came on to little Carrie, when she told you she didn't think it was a good idea for you to date her, she didn't want you either at that point. So can you keep a woman, Anderson? Because Nat didn't want you. When push came to shove, I didn't fucking want you. Carrie didn't want you. After she saw how abusive you were, she was out. She fucking bounced. And I'm glad she did, because my God, look at what she'd be enduring. And Liz has already cheated on your stupid ass. Good luck, dude. And you hadn't even been broken up for 3 days. But she loves you, right? Dude, you need some serious help. And I know that I've seen you abuse her too. And as soon as that lovey-dovey wears off, you're going to be abusing her. Because I've already seen you do it. And tonight, Chad, you ain't changed a bit. And don't worry, I won't be coming back. Don't ask me to come back privately and then get pissy. And, my friends come over here and tell me you're talking shit. Because, guys, I don't want to know what he says. I don't. And when you don't come over here on that under that sock that you and I both know are yours. Don't you dare. I'll block it. And don't you come back under any of your new accounts, Anderson, unless it's to apologize. And don't you dare expect me to ever show my beautiful face or come on your fucking dated panel ever again. Ever. Don't you ever expect me to grace your channel with my sweet, loving presence. Fuck you. You find somebody else that'll love you the way I did all them years. Because Liz damn sure don't. And start getting closer to Jesus instead of worrying about how many, things that happened when my poor old husband's been dead for over 7 years now. Stupid idiot. Bringing up the dead. About my husband's security system. How stupid. Calling me all these names. Lying through his teeth. And when I came in there and told him, hey, you think it's the truth, but it's not. I'm right here. I lived it. It's my life. You're saying I told you this, but you're misconstruing it because he's so... Guys, he used to get so potted up that he couldn't remember. He didn't even remember sending me those dick vids, some of them. And then others he does. He just won't admit that he does. That motherfucker remembers. I never wanted him sexually. He never got any pictures of me that were real intimate. The only man that ever did was Ramhat. And I've never sent one to Paul. I never sent one to Marcus. I only ever sent one to Ramhat. And Ramhat and I were strictly had a physical. Physical. I only wanted to fuck him. I never was in love with him. I never had any emotional attachment. He wasn't even a friend. I just sexually clicked with him. I never met him. You're just mad because I never ever initiated like you tried to a million times or had cyber sex with you. That shit is pathetic. And you're not good at it. You suck at it. You can't talk. You don't know how to talk. You're really horny. Here's how he is. He's really fucking horny. And then he'll oh baby, I'm ready. Are you ready? Oh Abby, are you ready to fuck me? Talk dirty to me. And I'm just I'm eating dinner. You just called me out of the blue. And dude, I could be in public and this guy, no game. He has no game. No game. And even when I was in love with him, we never were like that. We were never sexually. He was toward me, but I was never like that toward him. And that eats him up to know that I was with somebody else who he just called his enemy. Milton John's not your enemy. And you need to stop being jealous of him. And let mine and his whatever die. And Milton, if you don't want to be in my life the way you've convinced all your viewers and shit, and other people on here that don't know you, who haven't watched you for 10 years like I have, for you to want to get rid of me, Abby, poor old Abby, the crazy stalker who's never done nothing but loved you, for you to want to get rid of me, boy, you sure are invested in me. You've called my ex's work again since I started this live stream an hour and 9 minutes ago. Milton, what are you doing? Do you not think he knows about what I'm doing? There's nothing you can tell him that I haven't told him to his face. I'm not like that. I'm not two-faced like that. But if you hate me so much, Jonathan, what do you guys make of that, friends? If this man, especially those of you that know Milton John and I's saga, for somebody that hates my guts, boy, he sure is invested in my life. I've totally let him go. I never bring him up. He keeps being brought up to me. I'm not calling his mom or places he frequents. I was just in Tigard. And I didn't try to contact him or meet him or anything. Didn't even, no. So who's invested in who? Who's invested in who? Carrie, no, don't order me nothing, princess. I haven't ate in 2 days, but that's okay. You know what? I like to starve and lose weight. It's how I've lost weight all my life. I've starved. Some asshole fucking... And don't, Carrie, because, you know, you're going to give these people the idea, and then I'm going to have more trolls calling my local pizza parlors and ordering pizzas that I can't fucking pay for, and then these people are going to order me pizzas and not fucking pay for it, and then, well, I can pay for it, but I'm not going to. Because I'm not going to waste money on food when I don't have much. I have very little to make last 2 weeks, okay? Until my check clears. Carrie, you know the truth about a lot of things, and you're extremely loyal. And that's why I love you so much. You scare me, though, Carrie. I don't trust you because of Anderson. But also because me and you don't talk much on the phone. We've had 2 conversations, and each conversation, it was wonderful. Your voice sounds like an angel, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. And when Anderson said, go fuck her, you're just like her, he don't know you at all. I wanted to slap his face when he said that. And I wanted to say, you know what, I would fuck her. I've already told Carrie she's the only woman I've ever, had strange feelings for. I'm in love with Carrie. That's never happened to me. No, I don't think sexually about her, and neither one of us are gay. But it scares me to know I have those kind of feelings at all for you, Carrie. That's why I don't talk on the phone, and I'm scared to text, and I don't trust, and I know you've been hurt, and I don't want to hurt you, and you're so soft and delicate, but yet, boy, you're smart and slick, and whenever we were feuding, boy, ooh, I had met my match as far as somebody that can go toe-to-toe with me. I have never met anybody other than Carrie that can go toe-to-toe and fight on my level. And that's a compliment. So, but the fact that, I said that the words I'm in love with her ever even came out of my mouth scares me. So that's why I don't talk on the phone, plus my anxiety. And I don't ever text hardly because of my anxiety. But also because I'm so scared of saying the wrong thing to you and hurting you or upsetting you. And I would be devastated if I lost you. And I'd bend over backwards. I would for you, Carrie. And I love you a lot. And I just, don't order me nothing, though. Don't. I'm fine. I don't want to eat. I'm too upset. I'm too riled up. You know what I'm going to do, sweet little Carrie? I'm going to take my blood pressure medication because I haven't taken it all day. I don't get high on my freaking Xanax, but I am prescribed 1 milligrams a day, and I've only had 1. And I'm tired. And I feel anxious now just admitting those things to you again, but I've already admitted them before, so... and then Milton John has called Marcus's work again since I've started this live stream, and it makes I get these butterflies in my stomach. My face lights up. I smile from ear to ear. I feel elated. Anytime I even know Milton's watching me, I'm still in love with him. Just as he does this to me. And Whiskey OG and Dave the Liar both. Dave the lying, crying, dying, lying Dave. Or whatever they call that man. You know, the last time I went on panel before yesterday was like a year and a half ago with Melton. And all we did was sit, and he does this, and I don't remember I remember, but I don't recall their exact words and verbiage, but Dave and Wog both were like, dude, Melton, you love her, like, you freaking throw a bone to her and then pull it away at the last second like you would a dog. You know, so Melton doesn't want me to move on from him, okay? He likes the control he has over me. He's not in love with me. I mean, those were his words. Those were Wog's and Dave's words. But he's done this since I've known you, John. You give a little bit, just enough to get my attention, and then you pull away. Like you treat me like I'm a puppet on the string or something. And that's so sad, John, when you and I could have the best fucking friendship. Because I am so loyal to you. And I still am. This is why I won't talk to Anderson privately. It's because I don't want to upset you. I know that would upset you. So don't believe him, John. If he ever tells you I do, make him prove it. And, I mean, he's so goddamn vindictive. I wouldn't put it past him to try to Photoshop some shit. So just know, it's coming out of my mouth. I haven't talked to him privately in God knows how long, and I don't want to. He called me about a week and a half ago now for 5 or 6 minutes and asked me if I was okay, and I told him no, and I told him exactly what I said in that string that I told everybody else, and asked his opinion, and he said, his answer to that was, what do I put on a rash because my disgusting gray hair is freaking... I'm breaking out from the nasty cheap box dye. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, dude, I refused to talk to you on the phone for so long, and you call me up, and this is the one time I answer, and you're asking me that? I said, I told him to get some of Marcus's kind of shampoo. I thought he had fucking seborrheic dermatitis. But I guess not. I don't know. I don't give a fuck what he does. Stupid idiot. I'm not a doctor. And then when he asked me to end my live stream and give him a call, as he was talking sexually to me under that account that only I know is him, and only he knows I know is him, I paused my live stream. I didn't end it. And I called him because I was going to tell him to cut that shit out, and he didn't answer. And ever since then, I haven't called him back or talked to him on the phone. And what does the sorry fucking ass do? He runs with that and says on the Noodles panel, Abby said this about Carrie and that about Carrie and how she said that Carrie betrayed her. And that's bullshit. I told him that to please stop. I said, I don't know how Carrie came up in that conversation, but other than his nasty freaking allergic reaction, which is gross and I didn't want to hear about, that he described to a T. For some weird reason, he described to a T how it looked, and then asked me what he should get for it, like I'm some kind of fucking pharmacist. Somehow Carrie came up, and I said, yeah, I love Carrie. He's like, are you trolling? I'm like, no. I'm very close to her, and I love her. Don't talk bad about her on the phone to me. He's like, I hate that bitch. And I'm like, I don't care. I love her. Don't talk shit about her, period. She's done nothing to you, and you know more about her past than I do, dude. Because she made a video pouring her heart out to you. And, yeah. And then he started talking, and then I told him I had to go, and I had to get, and I hung up. And my live stream was going during that entire phone call. My live stream was going. I didn't end it. I paused it for less than 5 minutes. And now I'll never speak to him on the phone again. Not only because of respect for Melton John and loyalty to him. That's who I have my loyalty to, and that ain't changing. But you cannot be trusted not to tell people Abby said this about Carrie or this. That's a complete lie. to try to, because you want to cause rift between my friendships, because you still have feelings for Carrie, because you're doing to her what you, not to the extent you're doing it to me, but you take out shit on her because you still love her. End of. Anderson, I can read you like a book, dude. You're like an open book to me. You have a hard, tough outer shell to all these people that don't know you. But I know you, bud, and you've admitted it lots of times throughout the years and even recently. Old Abster knows you, buddy, better than you know yourself. It ain't fucking Liz. It ain't anybody else. Except maybe Natalie, and even she don't, because she stopped talking because you were stalking her. And I never said that we talked every single day for 10 years. Of course we didn't talk every single day for 10 years, you nutcase. God. All you did, I mean, I'd have probably committed suicide a long time ago if that had been the case. You would disappear and I would be glad. Sometimes I'd run your fucking ass off just so I wouldn't have to be abused. Or close my shit down, or say I'm going to families and tell you lies. Like I told you a few times I was going places or going out of town and wouldn't be around just so you wouldn't call or message me when you were in those high moments of your bipolar mania phases before you were medicated. And yes, those meds did permanent damage to you, you retard. Xanax has a half-life of like 4 hours and it's out of your fucking system. You've done nothing in life, Anderson, to have anxiety. Look at all the shit that I endure. Of course I need a fucking Xanax every now and then. Damn. Or every fucking day. And I don't even take them every day. Because they have such a low half-life, such a short half-life, that you need more and more after a few days because you build up a tolerance. And then I end up running out 2 weeks early. And my doctor knows this. Do you think I'm smoking pot or drinking or anything during that time? Fuck no. I'm not taking anything and I'm suffering with my anxiety. But you're so stupid you probably think that I can get high off a blood pressure pill and you'll take that and run with it if you can. Get some no-name, nobody troll to believe you. Dude, and normally, like, I'd be really threatening you right now, but you know what? I've learned that's not the way to deal with you because I never carry through on those threats. And, you know, I treated you like a human being. I thought for sure you'd give me the same courtesy, but boy was I wrong. And that's it. I don't want to talk about Anderson no more. I don't want to ever go to his goddamn stream. Boy, it may take a strong act of love to get your heart, but I don't want your fucking heart when I had the chance. When I had the chance, I didn't want it. I wanted Melton John. And you were so devastated by that you were having fucking nightmares that Liz left you for Melton John. And she said on live stream, remember this, faggot? No, I'm not going to call you a faggot, I'm sorry. Remember how, even though you called me every fucking name under the sun tonight, remember how she said that you were in a mental ward and she was there and you were screaming how you were wanting to shoot up the police for swat me, you were screaming, she said, because I threatened to swat you and I sent your fucking ass your true address that you didn't think I had. You tested me. But I didn't give it out because look at how that damaged your fucking dated bipolar ass, that alone. You knowing that I had your real address and that I was ready to throw it on YouTube. You ended up screaming and I threatened to swat you in a joking manner. I would never do that. But you deserved it. You definitely deserved it. But I would never do that. And I gave you I repeated your own fucking address back to you, and you fucking were going ballistic, saying, swap me, threatening it, because I was threatening to call the cops too. And fucking ended up in the hospital, swallowed a handful of pills to the point you couldn't piss, and had to have a catheter put in your dick for days, just so you could empty your bladder. After that. And she was there for you, which is good. God bless her. But, dude, I've had 3 or 4 catheters inserted in me in the past 2 or 3 years alone. You are a pussy. Yes, it hurts, but, dude, that's nothing. That ain't pain. You have no pain tolerance. I don't respect you. You're like a kid. I never have had respect for you. And when I was in love with you, you didn't want to be with me. And I was a young 22-year-old who had just, who lost Paul about a year and a half earlier, and I really was still grieving, and, I wasn't really, I probably wouldn't have come to be with you then either. But when you really wanted to be with me, I didn't want your fucking ass. And it irks you to this day. That's why you keep mentioning it. See? Folks, I'm not stupid. Just like Anderson said, a couple weeks ago, I'm a hell of a lot smarter than I sound. And people love my voice. And I know you watch my shit, asshole. I know you didn't just watch a fucking stream of mine today from 2 weeks ago. You watch my every stream, especially if they mention you, because you love the attention. You always have. Now I'm done. Goodness gracious. Let's talk about something happy. Beautiful Anarchy says, take Carrie, get some rest. Take care, get some rest. Bye, y'all. No, my Carrie. Screw the assholes. There's little Jill. I don't know if she's still here. See, I can pull 24, Anderson, since you want to make fun of my friends. And they're not trolls. Like, that's all that was in your room today. And I didn't read half of the shit they said, but I read enough to know that. You wish that you had meaningful friendships on here like I do. But you don't love anybody but yourself. And you look for women to save you while you abuse the people that love you. And no, don't misconstrue that. I'm not in love with you. I have never wanted to be with you sexually. I've always rejected your advances. Dude, fuck right off. I think I've said stuff like, oh, I'll rape, I want to bite you. I've probably said shit like that. Just because I have a sick fetish, but I didn't mean it. And of course, if a woman jokingly says rape, real playful and sweet like, she's just fucking joking. I thought Anderson and he does. He knows me well enough by now. But for him, he doesn't know me at all for him to fucking get up there and lie about me. When I vouch for him and his character and he gets up on a live stream and does me like that, when everything was fine between us and brings up old things and holds grudges against me, that's something that's his problem. When you hold a grudge against somebody, folks, this is very true. When you hold a grudge against somebody, you're hurting yourself, not them. I don't lose any sleep at night knowing that Anderson Henderson has a grudge against me over all the shit he was screaming. Half of it I didn't even hear. I'm not going to lose any sleep tonight. But I tell you right now, he's going to go back and watch that stream if he can even stomach to do so. And he's going to be fucking disgusted at himself when he lays his head on his pillow tonight. He will think of it. And he will feel bad. And he might even cry. Because I know him that well. But on film, you know what he'll do? He'll come back on tomorrow or the next day probably. I don't know. I'm not going to be there. And run my shit through the mud. Don't believe him. Especially you, my little Melton. Remember, I've told you once. I've told you 1,000,000 times, Melton John. Don't trust him. Don't believe him. He'll do anything and everything to tear you away from me and to hurt me and to make you think badly about me, because he said tonight you're his worst enemy. He hates you, baby boy. I've told you that from the jump. Even all the times he's tried to befriend you, I said, Milton, he don't like you. And you didn't believe me because he was being real sweet and nice to you. I said, Milton, he's using you. And you didn't believe me. And then look what you did. You fell victim to him and you fell prey to him and he betrayed you. He talked pure shit about you. You know you can't trust him, John. And I know that John knows this now. John has watched, the Anderson betraying me and bringing up crazy stuff that, and you know, misconstruing all the details and lying just to hurt me. You know, Milton has watched him do this more than once. This ain't the first time. This is the abuse that I really keep trying to tell you guys about and warn you guys about, because the last thing I want is for one of you to get close to him, like sweet little Noodles, who I'm developing a strong friendship with at this point, who I know cares for Anderson, and I know Anderson doesn't give two fucks if Noodles falls off the face of the earth tonight. I know he doesn't. I almost feel like Noodles is scared of Anderson. There's nothing to be afraid of. But then again, talking to Noodles today was the second conversation I ever had with him on the phone. He ain't scared of Anderson. God gave me the gift of discernment, people, and it has never failed me. So I encourage you, Anderson, to seek Jesus Christ and a relationship with him, and you can do it in the comfort of your home. And you know what? Figure out your gift. Figure out the gift that he gave to you. And I encourage all of you believers to do so. Okay, bye, y'all. I gotta rest. Curb these assholes for real. Oh, Carrie. There's little Linda. Thank you very much, Linda. Oh, my gosh. Sweet little Carrie and sweet little Linda are getting along. Amen. At least something good came out of this chat. Please know I never would swat you. It was about the TV show, totally, and Sherman Moore, baby. I don't know what you're talking about. Google Sherman Moore, and you can thank me, like Shemar. Okay, Moore. I'll try to remember that, sweetheart. I would never talk about Anderson. I hate the fuckwad. Yeah, most people do, and you're right to stay far away from him. He will hurt you. It's always ever done to me. It's you know, those little glimpses of love that I was showed throughout the years that I lived for at one point, I learned from, and I'm so glad, because I'm free of that now, and I never want to. When you when a man doesn't have your heart, a woman's heart, he has no power over her. Anderson no longer has my heart, and he will do anything and everything he can to come between anyone he thinks does. So please beware. I would never talk about Anderson. I hate that fuckwad. You have an awesome voice. Aw, thank you, I'm perfect. I had a couple people tell me that today. And I wanted to do a quiet story time for you guys tonight, and kind of like an ASMR style. But, look, you could thank Anderson. But I never want to have to come on. I never want to go to his stream ever again to be ambushed like that, potentially, ever again. Out of the blue, to be ambushed like that. And then have to come on and explain myself and the truth when I'm as sick as I am and dealing with this shit all day. I'll stay far, I'll run so fucking far away from him now. He doesn't seem to get that this ain't no fucking 10 years ago. This ain't even 4 years ago, dude. I don't love you. You don't have my heart. Therefore, I'm gonna fucking run from the hills like I should have done a long time ago, dude. I'm not gonna sit and cry and wait for you to be nice again, because I don't live for those moments of love from you, dude. You're a cheating scumbag. That's all you just said in the stream tonight, you weren't close to me, that you've talked to a million other girls I didn't know about. You're a lying, sorry-ass scumbag. You think I want anything to do with you? And you actually have the nerve to say, Abby, you never did anything big, like what did you call it? What did he call it, Carrie? A big act of something or another. Big act of love to show me that you wanted to be with me. Motherfucker, I've endured your shit for 10 years. I don't have to prove myself to you. That's not what love is. Love is give and take. Love is not what you think it is. Now, I've shown you love, but you don't have any life experience, and you're mentally ill. You're clinically, like, legally diagnosed narcissistic, schizophrenic, and not schizophrenic, but bipolar. And you have something else too, I forgot. It's some kind of mania, whatever you told me, that you've already told the public yourself and just don't fucking remember. You're just, ugh. Can't even, dude, you don't even work. Just like you said, Abby, I never felt good enough. 2017 summer, I was in North Carolina. Abby, I never felt good enough to be your boyfriend. I know you want to date me, but you know what? I'm a loser. And I said, you're not a loser. Why you say that? Oh, because every man you've ever been with has worked. And I don't work. Marcus works. Paul worked. I'm a loser. I don't work. Well, I can't disagree with you now, Anderson. Back then, I was like, oh, baby, no, blah, 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 and I was building him up. But he doesn't have my fucking heart now. So he needs to realize I'm not going to let him get away with fucking disrespecting me the way he did tonight ever again. So you can sit there and say, oh, you'll be back to me or whatever. I'll prove it. Gives me all the more motivation to prove your sorry ass wrong. And really, it doesn't take much motivation, Anderson, for me not to come anywhere near you again. Unless you prove, it's time for you to prove your fucking big act of love toward me, or else you've lost me forever. And you're going to pretend like it doesn't bother you, but I know it hurts you deep down. And it's really going to hurt you whenever you see that I'm sticking to my fucking word. And it's really, really going to hurt you. Well, never mind, I'm not going to say that. But anyway, you get the gist, folks. Curb those. Okay, sorry, let me read my comments. Love you, girl. Noodles is a good fuck. God, stop typing, y'all. Fuck me. Can't you give me a minute to read? Can't you tell that when I'm in a tangent, I would appreciate it if you'd stop typing and give me a chance to fucking catch up. Jesus Christ, guys. This is so hard to do. Abby, anyone who gets to know you guys will know that there's two sides to every story. Yeah, but Carrie, he straight bold-faced lied. That's not having a side. That's being an evil son of a bitch. Just because he's hurting, he wants me to hurt? Fuck him. I don't hurt. I'm not going to lose any sleep over his sorry fucking ass. Y'all have a long and complicated social dynamic. I don't think a team of the most expert psychologists could. And Carrie's very intelligent with social or psychological mental illnesses and stuff. She's done hundreds of hours of research, and she's very intelligent. She should have been a psychiatrist and a psychologist. She's smart enough to be a psychiatrist. Something that takes years of schooling and makes hundreds of thousands a year. Not a little silly psychologist who only has to go 2 years max. But anyway, Salty Dog says Abby with a rose and a heart and a kissy face. She's adorable, isn't she? We gotta support Jill more. Carrie, let's troll I don't think she wants to have her man trolled. So never mind. Untangle this. Goose, hi. Oh my God, did Goose come in? There's Goose. Goose! He says, I say, Goose when I see him. Alright, Carlos, do me a favor. I'm going to have to talk to Carlos and ask him not to use Melton John in his stuff because, here I am getting over him and almost complete, and then little Melton shows me that, hey, I'm still watching, and I fall in love and I get these butterflies to know that he called Marcus. I don't give a fuck if he told him that I said that I was going to slit his throat in his sleep. You know what I'm sitting here thinking, Melton, when you do that? My face is lighting up, Daddy. My stomach churns and yearns for you. My heart beats really fast, Melton. I'm so fucking in love with you, baby. I love you so fucking much. I'll never love another man again, because I don't ever see myself getting over you, baby girl. Whether you're feeling feminine or masculine, don't matter to me. I love you, and I'll take you just as you are, and you're perfect. And don't ever change, Milton, for anyone, because you're not abusive. You're an amazing man. You are, but you know what? Nothing compared to fuck nothing. And I will continue to remain loyal to you, Jonathan Jan Grandy, with every fiber of my being. And I won't talk to Anderson. I'll continue not to talk to him ever, privately. And now, you don't even have to fret your sweet little heart. Don't fret, baby boy, baby girl. I'll never go into a stream again. Anytime you see anybody in there, it ain't me. I'll never go back. Melton John, Jonathan Jan Grandy, I am so deeply in love with you. It's been almost 2 years, sweetheart. And every time I even see your face, my hair stands up. I get real excited. I'm shaking right now. I'm so filled with happiness and joy. Because I love him more than life itself. And you know what? I'm able to because I love myself. And I'm confident. I'm not miserable. My life may not be great right now, but you know what? I fight so hard to live that I'm so fucking thankful every single day I get to wake up and look at God's beautiful blue sky. And to know that even if he doesn't love me, and I totally respect that, but to know that that a man can still make me feel this way after all these years of not being in love and being abused and stuff, it makes me feel so good. It makes me feel amazing. Listen, it reminds me of that song Ultraviolence by Lana Del Rey. John taught me that, he hit me and it felt like a kiss. John brought me back, reminded me of when we were kids with his ultraviolence. Baby, I love you. And there was a time when Melton asked me to come on here and profess my fucking love for him. And you know what? I've done it several times. And I'll always do it until I take my last breath. Because I don't ever see myself not loving him. I will do anything for him. And my loyalty is to him. End of. So you can call and tell Marcus anything. But please don't, baby boy. Because he just is going to come home and be like, see, I told you to quit with the videos and that. I hate being bothered at work. Now I'm going to have to deal with his fucking mouth. He already knows everything that I say on here, Melton. I would never come on here and say things that I haven't. Honey, this stuff been going on for a year or more. Not really a year, maybe a little less than that, but Melton, I would never come on here and badmouth Marcus behind his back. Everything I've said to his face, and it's true. And no, John, I didn't say he punched me in the fistula. I said he smacked it. Big difference. Anyway, I just feel so happy because John... Anyway, let me finish my comments and go, because I got to take my blood pressure meds, and I want to take a Xanax, and I want to have something to drink, because I'm thirsty, and I want to take a shower and go to sleep, or watch videos. I'm going to watch the Bergs and Penny and a couple other people. I got to catch up on Street Life's video, and I got to go watch Jill, and I got to, this is what I do. Oh my God, at the comments. Please, I know I would never swat you. Okay. Curve these losers out. Okay. No, trust no one has my heart. Oh, Linda. That's good, sweetheart. Getting noodles out of the way, I'm getting along with others. Getting noodles. Okay, Linda. Linda, now you and I had a long conversation this morning, and you had nothing but loving things to say about Noodles. He's a great friend of yours. So now you're saying getting Noodles out of the way, I am getting along with others. True, no one has my heart. Is that the real Linda? Linda Carey says thanks. I don't know what happened. What did I miss? I know Carrie and I chatted. It was an icebreaker and nice is what she means to say. Sorry, I don't have glasses and it's pitch black in here. That's good. I wanted you and Carrie to get along. I've been advocating for that for a long time. There's no order out of chaos. That's satanic. Okay? We need to get along. You see this channel and how I'm trying to build true friendships, and I'm succeeding at it, and I couldn't be more happy. And you know what? Yes, you can find love on YouTube. because I met the love of my life, Paul Sylvain, and I met the only man I've ever loved since, really, truthfully. I can't, nobody's given me butterflies for this long, like Milton has. That's just something, and they don't go away. But I'm willing to sacrifice for him. I'm willing to sacrifice for you, Jonathan. And I don't ask for nothing but your friendship. That's all if I ever get the chance to have you as a friend. Anyway. Yeah. See, I was going to get off to him the other day, and then, because I couldn't get off. And remember how I told you how I feel awful because every single time I climax, I think of the same man, even when that man hasn't crossed my mind at all that entire day, or I'm watching porn and not thinking about anybody. That man is Melton John. Okay? I think of him every single time. I know that, because people were asking me about that, and I don't want Anderson to think that I was referring to him, because I'm definitely not, and his big ego probably thinks I was, and I definitely don't want little Liz to think that I'm well, she's a fat whore. I don't want the fat whore to think that I want her man, because she's threatened me, thinking she hates my guts, because she sees me as a threat, because she knows that Anderson and I are good friends. She can see it. Or we were, anyway. But Melton John, I want my little Melton John. I'd sacrifice for him and give him anything he wants. So, anyway, yeah. But that's neither here nor there, because obviously he doesn't feel the same. But obviously he feels some type of way, because he won't stop inserting himself in my life every time I let him go, or am on the brink of being able to move on. He has to insert himself. I'm done with that, John. As much as I love you, I want you as a friend, and all these feelings you give me, it's toxic. You're hurting me. You see how bad I hurt already, and I still keep my head up, and I still remain confident, and I still handle life like a boss. I'm very proud of myself. And you know what? In the end, we all only got ourselves and Jesus Christ. But Milton, make up your mind, baby boy. Make up your mind and stick to it. True, no one has my heart. Linda Carey says thanks, but me. Oh no. Reckington, please tell her I said thanks, and we will chat more later. I want to get along. Awesome, Linda. Another few days like these, I will toss this computer in my river and run. You know what, Linda? This, I agree, because I haven't felt suicidal in years. So now, to the point where I was almost ready to go to the hospital and tell them I'm having suicidal tendencies and thoughts. And I love life, and I fight every day to live, and I never think that way. But being around this place today, in the past few days, and all these trolls who have pretended to be you and Noodles and try to cause a wedge and a rift between us, they failed. And they'll continue to fail. And I'm no longer suicidal, and I apologize that I was. But, there's only so much a woman can take. And boy, I carry the weight of the world on my shoulders every day. And I suffer in silence. But you know what? I have Jesus Christ to lean on, and I'm happy, because I know He's going to always provide for me, and I know He loves me, and He's all I need. And then I feel truly happy. And today, my saving grace for today, other than myself and Jesus, is Milton John. Because those old feelings just rush back in and overflow me and cover me like a warm blanket. So, Milton, thank you. I love you so much, and I appreciate you. Anyway, moving on. Another few days like Abby's Supreme Pizza's on the way. You can pick off what you don't. No, guys, please. I know you didn't do that to me. I'm butt naked in my house, and I've told Carrie no, Reckington. You guys have done enough to help me. I can't accept that. Guys, that's sweet of you. Thank you. It's precious of you. See how these precious, meaningful relationships that I have? See, Anderson, you don't have this on your channel. You have nothing but trolls that are watching you to watch you crush and wail on me and whoever else. Must be, man, it must suck to be him. It really does suck to be him. I am glad you are in love. I gotta put my clothes on. I'm literally butt naked. So I'm gonna lose my place in line because I can't, I don't think I'm gonna go to the door. I'm glad you are in love. I am not in love, and I don't care anymore. I'm tired. I'm tired of being used. He wants a girlfriend, then a wife. I don't fit in while he waits on one. I don't fill in while he waits on one. I understand that, Linda. No woman is going to put up with being a side bitch or a man's second choice. You know, Anderson's teased me for 10 years saying, you're number two, and I still stuck by the son of a bitch. Abby, what drink do you like? Oh, it don't matter. I am glad you are in love. Okay. Thank you though, Reckington, for caring. I'm not trying to be rude to you, sweetheart, but I just feel guilty, Reck. I feel guilty taking anything from you, and Carrie especially, because you guys have already helped me so much in the past, and I could never repay you at this point. Except give you my love and friendship. That's all I have to offer. But I'm a good damn friend. Anyway, I have a good moving one. You can watch it. It's like 3 minutes. What, Linda? See, I'm so behind. You know what I'm going to do? I don't want to end it until Hey, Mr. Perfect says, Abby, I don't know why you're not talking to me, but I never gave you a reason to stop talking to me. You insulted me. You told me, oh, she's another flatline with a southern accent, and I didn't know what you meant by that. One night, he's come in here and randomly said that to me. And Ken, you're an alcoholic, and every time I go in your room, you're like an hour behind in comments. And before today, I've been able to keep up with my chats on a regular basis pretty damn well. But you insulted me that night, and when I asked you what you mean by that, you never explained. You bounced out of my chat, and I still came to yours and supported you a few times, and you just would sit there and ramble on about Dr. Fish and whoever else you were butthurt over, or whoever else was butthurt over you, and you're friends with that guy Scott. I don't like Scott. He's but I don't approve of y'all attacking each other, and because he didn't do nothing to you, and from what I understood, you just seem to like to fight people just to fight people. I mean, I don't know any straight man that has a beautiful woman around them in their room and then kind of ignores them. Or, it's weird. But I don't hate you, Ken, and I know you're not in here. But, I'm just, your channel, really, the content is just not something I enjoy watching. And I just don't enjoy it. Sorry. I'll give you a thumbs up, buddy. But I unsubbed, and I didn't talk bad about you or anything, so don't worry about that. I just, I've already explained why I'd stopped coming a while back. Sorry if you missed that stream, but I'm not going to dedicate an entire stream to you. I don't even know you. I have a good movie one. I have average friends to whom are better. Now he is less than a great friend. He is a great friend only. Now he is less than a great friend. Better. Okay, I have average friends to whom are better. I don't understand what she's talking about. Jesus. Please stop typing, guys. Okay, you are turned on by an anorexic transvestite. Alright. Mr. Perfect just called Melton John an anorexic transvestite. If he ever comes in here and says anything mean about Melton John again, when Carlos told me Flatline's a gross fat piece of shit that was stalking him and in love with him for years, if you ever come in my room again, Kenneth, aka Mr. Perfect, the icon, the cult of personality, and you say anything about Melton John, when he doesn't acknowledge you, he doesn't fucking say anything bad about you, he's in his own corner doing his own thing, I will block you. End of. Now I know why you stopped talking to me, Abby. You are turned on by an anorexic transvestite. No offense taken. I don't give a fuck if I did offend you, you alcoholic fool. You're bald. And do you think, I like men with hair, okay? All women like men with hair. I'm 28 years old. You're 45. You don't live on your own. I think you live with your mom. You have some woman talking in the background of your house. And I never wanted to date you anyway. Like, I was interested in getting to know you a little bit and be your friend because Carlos said that, oh, Abby, trust me, he reminds me of Paul. He's nothing like Paul. But that's the reason I gave you a time of day, dude, is for my buddy Carlos. Because Carlos is like, my leader. He's like the gang leader. He's the troll leader. He's cool as fuck. He's known me for years. I respect him. So, anyway, moving on. Oh, my God, Abby, I've had to log in a third time. They're going to text you with updates. I haven't received a text yet. I'll call them. I don't know who y'all called. Who did y'all call and order a pizza from? What about Carrie? Glad you are here. Welcome back, Carrie. Glad you're here. Good to know, Abby. They will let you know when they're 2 minutes away. Oh, God damn it. I just lost that comment. Moving on. Oh, yeah. Not for nothing, but didn't you like me until last week? No, Mr. Perfect. I've never had a crush on you, sweetheart. I've complimented you and called you handsome and told you that you were worthy because I gave you a compliment instead of saying thank you because you have given me quite a few compliments. So in order to be nice, I returned the favor. And you would say, no, I'm a piece of shit. I'm worthless. And I don't like to hear anybody say that about themselves. And by the way, confidence is sexy. That's attractive. And you kept saying, oh, I'm ugly. I'm a piece of shit. And I kept building you up and saying, no, you're not. You're a good man. You're worthy. You're sweet. You have a good heart. Don't say that about yourself. And then you do it again and again. It was almost like you were fishing for that. And it was weird. And then you insulted me, dude. And I asked you what you meant by that. And you didn't ever explain. So, I'm sorry. And I went into your chats a few more times. You never would answer me until an hour or two later. And I don't like your content because you kept talking about people that I don't know or don't watch or care to know, or Dr. Fish and Mare Bear. And I don't like Dr. Fish. I don't like him at all. He's trash. And I don't watch him. And I thought it was weird that for a man to have such a beautiful woman in his presence, or that he requested to come over there and then be talking about dudes all the time. It's fucking weird. And you're too sensitive. Look at how sensitive and clingy you're being. I hate clinginess in a man. Unless I'm in love with you, don't be clingy to me. Anyway, please, I'm about to block him. Go away, dude. I mean, you've accused me of deleting your comments to that idiot Stone Seagull who I have since blocked. I took 10 months of his retarded comments. I have no clue who that is, but he can't spell for shit. And, he said something to you, and then you took it out on me saying, you must have cussed or something, Ken, because I never deleted any of your comments to anybody on my page. So you insulted me again there. I don't appreciate that, bud. You need to learn how to interact with women. You're 45 years old. I'm 28. I'm too young for you. Wait till he leaves the pizza, then streak out there. Fuck no, baby. Damn. LOL, I will not be number 2. Exactly, Linda. Not for nothing, and I'm pissed I'm kind of hurt that Noodles ain't here right now. He should be in here. Boy, he's always up Anderson's ass. I'm going to have to either... I love him, though, and I'm not going to cut him off because I care for him, so... And I know that when him and I don't get along, it hurts you, Linda. And I love Noodles, and I'm going to continue to get to know Noodles. Not for nothing, but... Okay, look at this fool. Not for nothing, but didn't you like me until last week? No. And don't go around spreading that rumor. Just because I complimented you, Mr. Perfect, and built you up when you said, no, I'm a piece of shit, I'm scum. Just because I built you up a few times, don't mean I liked you. I never once said I wanted to date you, or was, I said you were handsome, but dude, you don't even have hair. And, you're not like, Penny doesn't have hair, but he's really hot. But I don't generally like bald men, so fuck off. Especially as you're whiny, you're clingy. Look at this. You're not dominant, you're not submissive, you're not, you're weird. You're 45 years old, your place is even more trash than mine. I don't know who you live with, but you don't provide for yourself or live on your own, and you're a 45-year-old man. God, and you're a horrible alcoholic. And you're making fun of people for having addiction to pills and stuff when you're a raging alcoholic. Half the time you can't even hold your eyes open on your streams. So that ain't my scene, dude. Okay, I understand. I'm glad I dodged this bullet. Dude, he's talking shit about Melton. He come in here, he's jealous that I'm in love with Melton. I can't believe that these men, you give them a compliment a couple times and you be nice to them in their streams. Marcus Heidenreich mentioned you in a comment. Great. And then they fucking act like this. Dude, just block him. Get him out of here. Wait till he leaves a pizza in the street. I will not be number 2, Mr. Perfect. No, she did like you. What did you do? But Carrie, he's insinuating that I liked him as more than a friend, and I never did anything but compliment him a few times and be nice to him in his streams. I never told him I was interested. He must have misunderstood, because I told him Carlos thinks me and you would be a good match and should date. I didn't say I wanted to date him. Can you get dressed for the delivery and stop insulting people? No, they're pissing me off. You'll feel better after you eat. Who is Ken? This fucking Mr. Perfect. I guess his name's Ken. Excellent idea, Carrie. I have worried about her blood sugar level. Carrie, I don't know how long ago you ordered a pizza, sweetie, but it ain't coming, or it would have been here. Abby, and you need to tell me, and she probably already has, where she ordered it from. Or call them and ask them where they're at. Because they all know me in this town. Every place does. Especially Domino's. Most of those people know me, and they know Mark personally. They know how to get here. And they haven't knocked yet. Abby, can you get dressed for the delivery? Yeah, I'll dress in a minute. Excellent idea. Get dressed, Linda. I told you. Yes, you did. I'm sorry. The flat line is very pretty. Okay, well, Carlos told me she was a fat pig. And he said, oh, you're another flatline in the making with southern accent. No, thank you. And I'm like, no, thank you, dude. I never wanted you. And now here he is all butthurt over me being in love with Melton. See, people can't stand that. But I can't get a man, right, Anderson? Flatline is very pretty. I'm sure it was complicated, Abby. It was a compliment. Nah, he's being very rude. Thank you, Linda. Me too. Get him out of here. I want him out of here, Linda. I want him blocked permanently from my page. Hide his ass. I ain't got time for his foolishness. Abby, get dressed. Your pizza's coming. Maybe it's his maid. Maybe it's his maid. Yes, I prefer a man with hair on his head. LOL. Thank you, Linda. She's all naked and angry and hungry. Yeah, baby girl. Hello, stranger. Sure, she is. I never said anything about you in Flatline. Obviously, you believe people's lies. Oh, my shit. Just get out of here, Mr. Perfect. You came in here personally and said to me, oh, she's another Flatline in the making. No thanks. And I said, what do you mean by that? And you said that literally right after I called you handsome, and you were like, no, I'm a piece of shit. And I said, no, you're not. Don't talk about yourself like that. I tried to build you up. And then Carlos said, well, she's a person that's ugly and stalked him for years. Dude, I try to support everybody, and I'm nice to everybody until you fuck me over. And you have been nothing but rude and entitled and arrogant and self-absorbed. Get the fuck off my page. You understand? I don't like your content. I don't like your drama. And I don't know any of the people that you have beef with. And the one I do is pure trash. So I'm going to go ahead and start my stream. Alright, baby boys and girls. My sweet little Harold's here. So guys that don't know, meet Harold. He's also an OG, just like Penny. He's been here for many years, even longer than I have. He is extremely loyal. He is an amazing friend. He will not betray you with private information. Harold Joseph Shirley. He don't give a fuck if you dox him. He's already been doxed because he's that much of a boss. Just like me, he's taken his dox and ran with it. He'll fucking give it to you if you ask him. He is an amazing father. and he works hard. And after the way Anderson did me today, Harold, if you go back and watch his stream before his fucking loser sorry ass deletes it, because I left, I'm not watching the rest of that shit. And you watch the way he was talking to me, when before today, me and him were cool. I was in his streams every day. We all got along. I have Satan coming against me, throwing everything he's got at me right now. Because he knows that I'm happy. He knows that I have the Lord walking next to me. He knows that I'm holding steadfast to Jesus Christ. He knows that he's not going to tear me apart from my friends and these meaningful friendships I have on this platform. He knows that he's losing. And now he's throwing that Ken guy over here. He's using Ken to try to cause me more stress. I'm done. No, Satan, you lost. Not today, Satan. Not today. You lost. It don't matter who you bring to me and that who turns on me out of the blue for no reason or insults me and then acts all entitled and shit. No. Go up and read, Harold, what this Mr. Perfect is saying to me. I don't like this dude. I don't know this dude. I've never even had a conversation with this guy. I tried to support his channel, and he had the nerve to freaking tell me and insult me multiple times, and I said, fuck this dude. I'm not interested in him. Carlos said that this guy reminded him of Paul, Harold. Go look at this guy's channel and tell me if that reminds you at all of Paul. And freaking Carlos said, we would be a really good match because we're similar in personalities. We're not similar at all. So I gave the guy a fair chance, and all he did was put himself down when he'd compliment me, and I'd return the favor. Instead of just saying thank you, he'd put himself down. And then he tries to insult me in subtle ways and say stupid shit like I dodged a bullet. Dude, you never had a bullet to dodge because I never offered to be anything to you. I don't even know you. So, I mean, you insulted me. So you have a funny way of showing a girl that you like her. And you called the man I said I was in love with still a ugly transvestite. And he's never done anything to you. Little Melton John leave him alone. I just said I'm loyal to him. He's my friend. He's my love, and I told you I don't see myself. I told you guys. I don't know, how late you are to the party, dude, but every time I start to feel indifferent toward Milton and I let him go like he says he wants, he finds his way to come back into my life and I get those butterflies all over again. He loves having that love from me. He loves having that control and power over me too. That's it. And I don't mind it because it's an honor for me to give it to him because he is worthy of it. He deserves it. People like Anderson Henderson, after you see the shit he's done to me, Harold, if you watch his latest stream, quick if you can, babe, before he deletes it. Now, I guarantee you, Harold, I'm not going to be watching him, but he's going to probably come on and say, oh, Abby's a whore, see, she likes Harold too. When me and Harold's like my protector, he's like my guardian angel, dude. And he's so good-hearted, he has a heart of gold. And he knows what a piece of shit you are, Anderson. I had to convince, and it took a lot of convincing. But I convinced Harold to give you a chance and treat you like a brother. When really, you don't care about poor old Harold. When he was in jail, all you would say is, he said he was going to kick up. Because your sorry ass got monetized because of me and Carlos alone. And I gave you hundreds of dollars. Remember, big brother? And you're going to sit and fault me for asking for a little help yesterday, knowing the predicament I'm in, when I've never asked for money before yesterday, and I didn't demand nothing. I said anything helps. But I've helped so many fucking people around here, I thought I'd get a little bit more support than I did. But you know what? I ain't mad at it. Because the friendship is what I'm after, is what I crave, and it's what I've built, and it's what I'll continue to build. And Satan can't stand it, and miserable, evil people like Anderson can't stand it, and now Ken. So, fuck all of y'all. I got my friends, I got my ride or dies like Harold, who I've known for fucking ever, And I'm damn straight. I don't need nobody else on my fucking team. My channel's grown a lot. And I have my friends. My wish is done. My hard work is paid off. And all you trolls and haters lost. And you can't stand it. End of. Because you didn't come between me and those I love. So fuck you. And you're miserable in your life. You're miserable. And I ain't gonna lose a wink of sleep. In fact, tonight, my ass is gonna sleep like a fucking baby. And I'm gonna go to bed happy as can be. Because I love myself. And because I love myself, I'm able to love others. And I'm able to show them the true love and loyalty and friendship they deserve. A miserable person like Anderson Henderson, who projects his meanness and even hurt onto people that he loves the most, he'll never know what that's like. Because you know what, Harold? He ain't changed a bit, old Chad hasn't. And if you watch that stream, you'll see it. He's just gotten dumber due to the drug abuse. It's permanently affected him. He can't even talk. That boy used to have a big old mouth. He used to be able to talk. Hell, his eyes are so, it looks like they're half closed. You think I'd take somebody like that seriously? Fuck him. He don't deserve me. He never did to begin with. And he totally lost me as a friend, dude. Fuck him. Why would I ever want to show somebody like... If you watch the way he treated me tonight, and then you hear him say something to the effect of, it takes a big act of love and sacrifice to win my heart. Like, why would I ever want to give somebody like that my heart? I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. And he's sitting lied through his teeth, Harold. Please just keep him away from me. And, watch his stream. And I'm not telling you to hate him or whatever. But, I'd like your opinion on it. But this Mr. Perfect, the Cult of Personality, that's a copyrighted song, dude. So annoying to hear that play all the time. This guy don't even, I may be hard sometimes at giving y'all entertainment and telling you about my life and keeping up with the chat. Sometimes it's hard for me to do all three of those things at once. But I don't just sit and fucking play music and and sit and sing and bob my head. And this guy's, when I'm an hour behind in the chat, and I don't talk to girls or men I like and treat them the way he's treating me. And I don't assume a woman likes me whenever I've never told him I liked him as of anything. I don't even think I've ever called him my friend. I gave him a few compliments, and I hate that. Men, take lessons from Mr. Perfect. Do not treat women like that. Don't give them compliments, and then if they give you a compliment back, assume that they're interested in you, because that's not what that means. And don't insult them and act entitled to their attention. When you treat them bad, they're not going to want to give you the time of day. And have your life together a little bit, for fuck's sake. I feel like the only fucking person around here with some common sense. I gotta take my medications. Where's my carvedilol? And that's for your heart, by the way. It's a beta blocker. I don't know where my meds are, and I'm shaking. Where's everybody at? 14 of you, and see, they'll sit and lurk, but this is the last stream for today. Hopefully for a while. This is a lot of shit to catch up on. And I'm done. I've had enough of today to last a lifetime on YouTube here, Harold. What's his channel name? It's Mr. Perfect, the Cult of Personality. He's up in my chat. I need you to read what he said, babe. Oh, but wait, you can't, because I fucking blocked his ass after he just wouldn't stop. Yeah, I warned him. Babe, can I drop my phone number here? Don't, Harold. I'm being attacked right now. No. Message me on Facebook. I messaged you. I did tell you he would do this shit long ago. Chad turns on everyone, and everyone keeps coming back expecting a different result. Will you go comment that on his channel, please, so that people can see the true him? Because you know him. You've been here for 10 years, or you've been here longer than 10 years. And you're absolutely right. You are the one that talked me down when he was borderline suicidal. Oh, yeah, good point. Because if he tried to get us to, what, Harold? Because he tried to get us to video fight and we ended up reconciling our path. Yeah, he wanted me to fight you. See how he's abused me? That destroyed them. That's when you told me to stand down. Yeah, and you did. And I remember I made a video and I hadn't been on YouTube in years, and you helped me edit it with the song because I couldn't find the song that I wanted, and I laid into his ass. And he fucking knocked his ass down a few pegs, and then you owned him. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. This is pretty much it. Yeah, Harold, it's kind of funny how as soon as you come in, but if you don't mind keeping an eye out for Chad and kind of taking up for me a little bit, or, letting these people know at least that he's lying, because he's running my name in the ground, trying to ruin the friendships I do have, I'd appreciate it, baby. And yeah, hit me up on Facebook, because I've got another. What's your account? I don't say it here, because I got a lot of lurkers, sweetheart, and I got people. I get views. People will watch this. So Harold, I don't want them calling you and bothering you. Melton John. Do you ever talk to Melton John? Because I still got a thing for him, and I had a thing for him way before you went to jail, and you knew this. And, every time I get to the point of where I'm able to let him go, Harold, and I'm starting to feel indifferent to him, and I'm moving on, he inserts himself back into my life. This man has called my ex's work since I started the stream. But, Carrie, I know you're still listening, I hope. I did get a text saying somebody's on the way here, and yes, I did get dressed, because she's going to, lay into me if I don't, And I thank you, sweetheart. But I really wish you wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe I do need to eat. It's been 2 days and I'm starting to shake. But I don't want to eat. As soon as I come in, everybody shuts up. Well, Harold, you got to stay, baby. You should stick around more because you're an OG video fighter. Penny has stayed. You brought Penny back. Dude, do you know how legendary this shit is? Especially now that we have, good versus evil going on. And I'm sitting here, being attacked for being bullied for no fucking reason at all. Because people, about Anderson Henderson, because I've allowed him to treat me like garbage for 10 years. So I don't ever expect him to change. But you know as well as I do that he liked me as more than a friend, Harold. And he's got up on there today and said that he hated me and that he never talked to me throughout the years and just all kinds of crazy stuff. Was making fun of Paul dying, calling me a meth addict, all kinds of crazy stuff. He was delusional. Carrie didn't even recognize that person behind the screen tonight. It's fucking disgusting. And he lost me as a friend. And he never had me as anything other than that, despite what he lies and says. I had the chance to be with him, Harold, many times. And I never wanted him in that way. And he can't stand. All he does is sit and put poor old Melton John down. He can't stand and talk shit to Melton John. Or about Melton John. That's all I hear from him when I was talking to him privately. And out of respect for John, because he was right. And because I love John. And because people like you, who I cherish as my friend, fucking who I love and care for, tried to warn me too. I should have listened. Has entered your neighborhood and will arrive shortly. Somebody named Melanie's coming here. I don't know what kind of pizza place does all this. But anyway, I really appreciate you, Harold. I love you a lot. Alright, I'll try to eat. Oh, Wizzy, please try to talk to him and on my behalf and tell, the true me, Harold. You've watched me, you know that I'm a good-hearted woman. And you know that I wear my heart on my sleeve, and that I fight for my life, and I'm happy, and I make the most out of every bad situation I've ever been in, that I've been through hell and back for somebody that's 28 years of age. And that, Melton John called Marcus since I started this stream tonight, and told him that I was over here saying that he punched me in my fistula, which is my lifeline. That's where I get my dialysis needles inserted. That's my access port. That's my access in my arm, how I get my blood cleaned. Now, and Melton does this because for a man that doesn't love you and that hates me as much as he says he does, why is it every time I start to run away from him and let him go, he pops up in my life? Why won't he just come in here and talk? He's so strange. But whatever, men are strange. But that ain't my problem. Harold, thank you so much for coming. You're a godsend. You always have been. And I'm so sorry I didn't heed your warning about Chad. Go watch his stream before he takes it down, or at least go over there and leave a comment or kind of skim through it, because he's a pussy and a coward, and he'll have that taken down, because it'll dawn on him, it'll hurt him when he realizes how bad he fucked up tonight. But I don't want to ever go to any of his streams again. I don't want to ever hear from him again unless he has a big act of love to prove to me, and still then I don't want to hear from him. Because he doesn't hold my heart, Harold. He does not have my heart. And that drives him insane. Now he has no power over me because I don't give a fuck. And he needs to move on with his life and stop mentioning me. My God, for him to be so in love with Liz, he mentions me every chance he gets. And me and him were cool before tonight. I come in there and I didn't even watch it, and I'm just being cussed out. I am being cussed out. Right after I threw up because I ran out of gas and I had to walk in this 108-degree heat from the store. And then the car wouldn't crank, Harold, because it needed to be pushed onto flat land, and that took... my neighbors downstairs there were two little old kids whose mom wasn't home yet, and they couldn't help me. So I met my neighbor somebody's pulling up now, okay. So I met my neighbor who's real good looking. Hell, I might ought to try to date him. You never know, but I can't as long as I love Melton. I'm loyal to Melton. And tell him to watch this stream, please. Tell him that I just want a friendship from him. I totally understand that he's not interested, but if he's not interested, then stay out of my life totally. Unless he wants to be my friend. Stop trying to, call people and act crazy. Anyway, I'm going to go, Harold. I love you. Love you guys, my friends, my 14 lurkers. Harold, I do have some people who are my friends who lurk, that have admitted to me they lurk and are my friends and support me. Please leave a thumbs up on this stream, guys. And, but most of them are just haters that are too afraid to come in here. And I don't want gullible people on my stream or in my channel or in my life. Gullible people who believe anything that Anderson said tonight, because he misconstrued everything. He said the reason Paul put a security system on the house, he kept bringing up my dead husband. Paul's been dead 7 years, Harold. And one of the things Anderson said is, Abby told me that Paul had to put a security system on the apartment because she'd sneak out and smoke meth with people at night when he was gone to work. He actually said that to me in front of 9 people max. They were all troll accounts. He has no friends on here because he's too much of an asshole to build meaningful relationships. Nobody likes him here on YouTube. Literally nobody likes him. And I thought that was the craziest thing, because I never said that to him. I told him Paul worked night shift and wouldn't get home till 7, 8 in the morning, and he put a security system on the house because he was afraid he didn't want somebody to come in and rape me or kill me at night. So Anderson's way out of line, and I'm done. The only reason I'm even reiterating it and explaining it is because, you're here and you haven't been here through the whole thing. I gotta answer the door. make sure. Alright, guys. Carrie, baby, I don't know what you've ordered, but it's a truckload of food. Oh my God, I'm not supposed to drink Coca-Cola, but I do love it. Alright, look at this food. Look at what all she ordered. I put a towel on the bed because, you know, I was butt naked and I don't want to, you know, and get my behind on this without sheets on it. So I don't know what all this is. She got all kind. This is icing. This is garlic butter or garlic sauce, marinara. She has bought $39.27 worth of food tonight. Oh, that's so good looking. I'm just not in the mood to eat, but I am thankful. And it's like bread bites, garlic bread bites. That's so sweet. Thank you, Carrie. Somebody that's lurking, text Carrie and tell her thank you for me, because I'm going to text her here in a little bit, but she got cinnamon twist or something. Goodness, Carrie, that's a lot of food. Domino's is not that expensive. Hell, I usually pay $15, $16. Jesus Christ, she's ordered the whole menu, her in Rakington. Jesus, Carrie, honey. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it, and thank you, Rakington. That's so sweet of y'all. Y'all didn't have to do that. I'm not hungry though, guys. I've missed dialysis. I'm dying slowly. That's why I don't have an appetite, but I will tomorrow. I'll have to put all that in the freezer because my fridge don't work. But anyway, thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. Thank you, Harold. 22 of you. Thank you, Linda. Yes, Linda. Linda, text Carrie and tell her that if she wants to finish watching the very end of this, I thank her and I show the food and I appreciate it. Will you do that, please? If not, I understand. No, I can feed myself. It's just, you know, I've missed 2 sessions of dialysis now, and I'm just overloaded with fluid, and I feel like I'm getting overloaded with toxins, and I'm just not in the mood to eat, but I'll try to get at least a piece of pizza down, and I will eat it, and if I won't eat it, I won't let it go to waste, but I know that her and Rakington didn't waste their money to feed somebody else, or spend their money, so I will try to eat it. I'll probably I'll give it to Mark, too. He needs some food, probably. But I'm going to go, guys. I didn't want to make this stream, and hopefully this is the last one for a little while. Or if I do one, it'll be like a story time or something for you guys. But I'm exhausted. I don't know where my meds are, and I'm tired. I love you. Thank you, guys. Mwah. I'll talk to you later. I didn't ask for this. I told her not to. Linda, just get this unicorns out. I don't know who this is, but dude, whatever Satan keeps working through these evil people to try to get on my last nerve. And it ain't gonna work. Unicorn, you didn't fucking buy it, so what's it to you? What the fuck is it to you? No, this person ain't concerned about my well-being. This person's just in here to cause trouble and be nosy. I haven't seen this person come and support me at all through this stream. You didn't spend this money, asshole. The food will be eaten, and it won't be wasted. Isn't that all that matters? It ain't your money. You don't know me. You don't watch me. You haven't even commented on this over 2-hour stream. Yet here you are giving your 2 cents that I don't fucking care to hear. So, ta-ta, and good night. Linda, if you don't mind, please hide Unicorn. I'm not fucking around with my channel no more. I don't want any time and out. Hide the person. I'm so fucking sick of this. Anybody that has the gall to treat me like this, when I'm going through so much as it is, I never want to give the privilege of speaking on my channel. You go talk to one of these fuck nothings whose channels are full of nothing but trolls. Okay? People that don't want nothing but your money or your view or whatever. I don't want your views. I don't want your money. I don't want anything from you. I don't want nothing from you. You're nobody to me. You're nothing to me. You don't make content. You're not a meaningful friend. Fuck you. You're trash to come in here and bully somebody out of the fucking blue. Sit here and lurk my stream probably. That bitch has been in here lurking the whole time. Man, fuck you. How about that? That goes for any of you who are like that listening. Now, for those of you who actually have a heart and a conscience and a brain, and who actually, aren't just here to watch a clusterfuck, and actually, like me, and I built a friendship with you. I mean, I got good people in here that have known me for 10 years to prove that I'm not some piece of shit like half of all these other people you watching the Boyd are. This ain't no country club chat. Oh, how are you? I love you so much. This shit's real. My friendship's real. I invest in people I call my friends. And you're all pissed off because you're fucking miserable in your life. And my ass has been through hell and back. I can adapt to anything, dude. I'm very adaptable. That's why I'm happy. Even in, bad situations, I make the best of it. That's why you're miserable and mad and jealous that I'm happy. So, sayonara. Go ride Anderson's dick. If you want to watch a real fucked up clusterfuck and a liar and somebody that doesn't give a goddamn about you, that's only here because they're miserable and they want to take their pain out on you, and they want to spread lies, and they'll toss you away, they'll use you every chance they get, go watch Anderson Henderson, aka Stephen Haven Bellow. Go watch him. Go watch that pedophile. Don't come over here and watch me. Go watch somebody like him who brings up people's dead husbands. It's bad enough that when Paul died, he fucking accused me of killing him and shit, and then for him to bring up my husband's security system and say the craziest off-the-wall shit and claim that I fucking told him that, and I grace my beautiful fucking self, and I walk my little happy ass on his fucking dated loser ass channel that he never can get any views or support on. That's why he keeps deleting them people. He can't get no support. He's jealous of anybody that does. He's jealous of anybody that does better than him in anything, at anything. He's jealous. Dude, he don't want me to get a kidney. That dude has told me when I was at dialysis having a TIA stroke that he looked at the camera randomly, didn't know I was watching, and said, I hope Abby has a stroke. And that night I did. This is the kind of person Anderson Henderson is. And he still hasn't apologized for that. That's wishing death on me. As many times as I've begged him not to take his life, and he's admitted it on film. She saved my life before. Yes, I did. It wasn't that fat whore whose baby she's pretending is his, but it really belongs to that motherfucker that, at least I hope it does, otherwise it's going to, just like Linda and I were talking about, it's going to be deformed. And you better hope to God it ain't. And you know what, it's going to fucking die in utero anyway. Hopefully it don't, but if it does, she's a fucking out, she does so many drugs, he needs to be worrying about that. Not worrying about his poor old friend, the only one that's fucking stuck by him through thick and thin, who takes a fucking Xanax that's prescribed 3 times a day for severe anxiety, calling me a drug addict. He needs to fucking really watch what he says, because the pot calling the kettle black, and he's so goddamn lucky that he doesn't have my heart no more, or I'd fucking give out everything I got on that son of a bitch. It's not like he ain't done it to me, but I want to prove to Melton that I ain't like that. So, after this stream, Anderson, don't you ever mention me again. And if you do, I won't know about it, faggot. And you know what? You are a faggot. You ain't gay, but you might as well be, because you act it. The way you suck off Quinn and stuff. Dude, you hate black people. sitting there insulting me, and insulting black people. You've called Quinn. Dude, I can't believe Quinn would even come up on your shit. I like Quinn, but I mean, the last time I was in your chat, it was mainly you and Quinn talking, and you belittled that poor boy every chance you got. You're sickening. I feel so disgusted, it's making me want to throw up, not eat. And Anderson, I think it's funny that you were nauseated so much throughout the years. I know what it's like now, and you're such a loser pussy for not even being able to fucking tolerate nausea. You're such you're the one that swallowed a handful of pills and had to have a catheter put up you fucking idiot. So I guess you and Liz are so happy, right? You guys are you did that while you were dating her, douchebag. And she was there for you, she said, thank God. You know what I almost wish? I wish those fucking pills would have done you in like you wanted. Because I really don't, but in a way, the world would be better off. He made me feel suicidal tonight and laughed at me and let trolls and clones in there come of me, which is good. I got to block a lot of people, but whatever. And he made fun of me and the fact that I was suicidal, and I never threatened suicide or suicidal tendencies, so that should be taken seriously. And he claimed that I threaten it all the time. You know that ain't true, Harold. You know that ain't true. Prove it, Anderson. You can't, because you don't have any such proof. Even private messages. Your stupid fucking ass doesn't delete everything, you liar. You're a liar, dude. Goodness gracious, what a piece of shit. Too bad they didn't do you in like you wanted. Anybody that doesn't value their life and is as miserable as you are and makes no effort, looks for their solace and peace in a person instead of Christ when they believe in Christ, and puts everybody down and puts people that they love the most down, the worst, and tries to bring people down to their miserable level all the time. Are they really better off, not better off dead? What kind of life is that? And no, I don't hope I regret saying that. See, I'm not an evil monster like he is. I'm sorry I said that. I don't wish, I apologize for that. But you know what? At the same time, it's like, just in general, wouldn't anybody just be better off dead? I'm not saying he should die. He's got something to offer. He's here for a reason. God loves him. But he's, wasting his life. He's wasting it. But that's, like I say, fuck him. At this point, I never want to be around him again. Fuck him. Just like you say, Anderson, fuck him. I tell you about somebody that upset me, fuck him, babe. Ignore him. Well, you know what, Anderson? That's sound advice. The only sound advice you ever gave. Fuck you. I'll ignore you. Like you deserve to be ignored. And fuck your fat whore. You know what, guys? What if she has STDs? Because she fucked Haven not even a month or two after she fucked another guy, not even 3 days after he broke up with her. Why don't you go get yourself checked for STDs, asshole? Ugh. I got dressed, baby. I am dressed, Carrie. I got your food, sweetheart. I fucking showed it on camera. I thanked you. I thanked Rec. Thank you. But I'm disgusted. And I am dressed, though. I got clothes on, see? Don't say sorry to me. I know I love you. You have nothing to be sorry about ever. Don't say sorry to me, ever. This is a blessing and it's sweet. I just feel bad that I don't have any appetite. But I have to be at dialysis in less than 12 hours, baby girl. What are you saying? What did she say? No, type that again so I can see it. Never mind. I gotta go, guys. I love Carrie. I love you guys. Fuck Anderson. He's dead to me now, dude. He's kind of been dead to me, but tonight, officially, he's totally dead to me. And, I wish him and his fat whore the best of luck. Keep my fucking dead husband's name out your mouth, and I'll keep your fat whores out of mine. Alright? And keep my name out your mouth and keep my looks out of your mouth. Just because you're a balding, ugly piece of shit compared to what you used to look like, and you've never had any self-esteem, yet you have no reason to be ugly. You've had no traumatic experiences. You've done nothing but live with your mother, and most recently, over the past less than 5 years, an apartment. You don't even have to work to pay for it. You've been sheltered all your life, dude. And you've aged horribly for somebody that has. And considering what I've been through, I still look damn good, dude. And even if I looked like the Wicked Witch of the West, I still look better than you because my heart is pure and good with good intentions. I don't treat people that I love the most like shit to try to make them feel bad when I'm hurting. I build them up. I build strangers up and look how they treat me. Oh, I thought you liked me, but you like some transvestite. No, I never. Fucking Ken can fuck off. Putting words in my mouth. Anyway, and I got people like Cholito Mio right now that are in my chat who's known me 10 years. Pennywise who's known me 10 years. These people can vouch for my character. They actually do know me. They actually have watched me. Carlos has too. This is why trolls and people that with no names and nobodies, their shit means nothing to me. That's why you see my chat full of people that I care for that are that have meaning, and you see his chat and not one single person's in there to support him that ain't a troll. Just egging him on, trying to get him to exacerbate the problem and get him to talk more shit so that they can come between me and him more, and it worked. Because I don't want nothing to do with that son of a bitch now. But you need to keep my dead relative's name out of your fucking mouth, and before I lay into your fat whore and you so goddamn hard, dude, you really don't want to fuck with me, and you've said it yourself, you don't. So, end of, I'm done. I'm not scared of you, Anderson. I'm not afraid of you, dude. And I don't feel anything towards you romantically at all. You do not have my heart. So all this little tactics that you're using, like trying to get me to put me down and make me feel bad and changing the subject and because you're hurting and fucking saying all kinds of shit that you think is true, and then you had me on panel to be able to tell you, no, that's not true, here's the truth, coming straight out of the horse's mouth, and you have people in there that were dumb enough, they were literally dumb enough, guys, this is how stupid his supporters are. Or just the people that were in his chat tonight. They're not his supporters. Nobody supports him. These people were asking him, as I was in there telling them, guys, this is a lie, that's not true, but whatever. They were asking him, oh, does Abby have kidney failure? Like, what kind of retard, ignorant, low class, clueless, dropped on their head as a baby 50 million times, idiot, ignorant, piece of shit, would ask somebody what somebody else's health issues are when that somebody they're asking about is in the room telling everyone in general, not really reading anything, but telling everyone in general, hey, this person's lying. They may not realize they're lying, but they're not telling the truth. And hello, if you want to know about my health issues, who would know better than me? Only a real stupid person would do that. That's the kind of idiots that I consider the trolls and these people that come into my chat to cause trouble to be. That's the type of people they are. Their IQ is like 14. They need to be like in a home where they can be watched because they're that dumb. They're a danger to themselves and society. And they're, somebody who isn't as thick-skinned as I am, they could drive them to actually commit suicide and not give two fucks. So, I'm going to start taking control of my channel, and those type of people don't even need to bother to come in here. They're going to be blocked on sight. Not just timed out. I'm through playing around. I'm talking hidden. For good. And once I hide, it's very difficult to get to get unhidden from this channel. Anyway, thank you, Harold, sweetheart. I'm reading I heard him wish death on. Yeah, he wished death on me. I heard his death wish. Yep. Fuck him. He is a D-bag. You're absolutely right, Harold. And Harold knows him. Just like I do. Keep your head up. Thank you, Super Cereal. Oh my God, Super Cereal's here. Mwah. Y'all subscribe to Cholito Mio. He's a true, loyal, good-hearted man, and he will defend you. He'll fight for you. He. That's what, he came to YouTube with a purpose, him and Penny both, and that was to hunt pedophiles. That's a very noble cause. Not just on here to cause trouble and make everybody else's life miserable because they are. That's not, and that's what most people I encounter here are here for. But you have people like me, people like Harold, people like Penny, the diamonds in the rough, the few and the far between that aren't like that. And Melton John ain't like that either. He's here for pure intentions too. Anyway, I love you guys. I love you, Carrie. I love you, Linda. I love you, Harold. I love all of you that you know who you are. And to my viewers, my supporters, I appreciate you guys. I care for you. And I thank you for listening to me and your support. Like I say, write me a letter, write me a comment. I need all the emotional and mental support that you are willing to give at this point. Because, ultimately I only need Jesus and I got him. And the closer you get to Christ, the more Satan attacks you. So keep me in your prayers too. I have a lot of good-hearted believers that are my friends. And I thank you all for listening to me rant and listening to me pour my heart out to you. And be patient with me as I was catching up on these comments. I really appreciate that more than anything. And helping me with money and food and stuff and caring about me. I appreciate that, Carrie and Linda and Jesse and Nick and Reckington. Because you are the only ones who have helped me. So you are the only ones that deserve a thank you. Anyway, with money and food and stuff, that's, that sort of thing. The rest of you that are here for me emotionally and mentally for that kind of support, I thank you just as much. And please leave a thumbs up on this, or else I'm going to start taking away that right, or that privilege. Hey, Harold, I just got your message, babe. Perfect. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got it. Oh, my God. Her name is Jamie, not Jessie. I've been saying Nick's wife's name wrong this whole time. Why didn't she correct me? See, she's so fucking good-hearted, she didn't even bother correcting me. Oh, my goodness. I feel so stupid. Oh, Carrie, I deserve that, baby. She's laughing at me. I love little Carrie. Now I need to go to bed and get some sleep. No, it was Jamie who sent you money. I thought it was Jesse and Nick and Linda. So, wait, Carrie, who was it? I know it was Linda. She sent me 20. So, Jamie? Where's this Jamie? Where's Jamie? Well, thank you, Jamie. But Jesse and Nick offered me a second chance of life. They've offered their kidneys. And so is Michelle. So, it don't matter. I thank them all. See, this is the kind of shit you see going on down on this channel. Not petty, stupid shit. Okay? Anyway, I gotta go, guys. Please pray for me without ceasing. The Bible says, pray without ceasing. Be diligent and vigilant. Let's all stay diligent and vigilant in our prayer life, folks. And the more hate you get and the more Satan fucking attacks you, the closer you are getting to a relationship with Christ, you know you must be doing something right. And those evil people, Satan, the Bible says Satan can use people to come against you and try to make you stray from the Lord. Stay away from those people. But you'll be able to tell them by their fruits. Okay? A lot of people like to talk a whole big game, but they don't walk the walk. So, anyway, I love you guys. I can't thank you guys enough. My heart just screams out, thank you. it makes me want to cry, but then, I don't want people to, people are saying I'm fake crying when I'm not, and I'll cry tonight for sure, but it'll be not in the view of those who are satanic and being sent to me by Satan to hurt me. They don't get the pleasure. And you know what? I'm not going to be crying out of pain. I'm going to be crying out of joy and happiness that I have so many people that give a fuck about me. And the fact that I'm alive to see another day and how happy I fucking am. The fact that I'm happy. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Heavenly Father. And all you miserable fucks, I pray that you get closer to God. And you won't be miserable. Nothing on this earth can fill the void but Him. Alright, bye. I love you guys. Bergs just went live. Let's go watch poor old Bergs. He's pretty entertaining. Let's go watch him. Salty Dog's been very nice and supportive of me today. She hates that fuck nothing Anderson. She always has. She's another one that tried to fucking warn me, that son of a bitch. But, alright, and let's support Jill and Bergs' relationship. Let's respect it, folks. Don't try to hit on Bergs, Barbie girl, and troll him to hurt poor old Jill when you know that Jill is madly in love with that man. And he loves her. And, I like to listen to him. He's funny. He can draw in a crowd. I don't agree with all the shit he does, but he is pretty entertaining, and he's really the best late night entertainment in this neck of the woods. So I'm going to go watch him, chill out a little bit, relax, and I love you guys. Pray for me, and I'll talk to you later. Mwah. Bye, childrens. I love you guys so much.